Undergrunt Podcast Network.
Come on, Martin, move.
I'm not going out there.
Beyond the edge of barrels, go to the end of the barrels, further out.
What?
Further out.
Why?
Go further out. What for?
Will you go to the end of the pulpit, please?
What?
Will you just please go to the end of the pulpit? What for?
I need something in the foreground to give it some scale.
Foreground my ass.
Ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars when the second of the monk said, I'll take two, and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue, and he shot them straight to Earth when they turned into babies. They were named Bob and Matt, and they rarely got rabies, and the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the thighs. One time Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this and more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a gem, but if you call right now and say, where's my whisk, we'll include this bonus disc.
Hey, welcome to Bonus Disc! I'm your host, with Matt, who is also a host.
I'll accept this.
Because I feel like that joke is done.
I think it is.
I'm going to end it because Brian is an old guest.
Yeah.
And you're coming back, so I'm going to take that full circle and end that joke.
I'm honored to be a part of this
Me
show.
and Matt are now just the same.
Perfect.
We're on the same plane.
Fantastic.
How do you feel about that, Brian Gilbert, our guest right now on this episode?
Hi, everybody. I feel good about it. I felt it wasn't giving you enough credit for what you do on the show, to be honest with you. Really giving Matt.
I feel like the joke was we were trying to push blame, really, off
It
each
was.
other.
Blame.
But
I don't know.
We're helping people.
What? No, what to
Helping
not? No, what to
people.
not
We're
watch ever?
Like, this is a service.
It is. We're saving them somewhere between 10 to 30 minutes of us listening or talking about a movie as opposed to watching the movie.
A movie they would have never watched.
watched.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They still wasted their time.
Now they know not to watch it, so we're saving them wasting anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, Bob. It's important.
Okay.
See, you're wrong because I watch these because you've told me about them.
So
Well, then
you wasted
you're
like
doubling down.
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a
I've
waste at that
wasted-
point. He's enjoying it.
I've wasted the 90 minutes to 2 hours of the podcast. It's never an
It just
hour.
really says something about your life.
Well, yeah, probably.
Last time you were here, we watched Cage Fury,
Yeah, we did.
which is a
my
very
God.
heavy movie. It has a lot of heavy themes
Yes.
that you complained, sir, on Facebook.
Heavy themes, like
I wasn't gonna say what the themes are, but it's very heavy.
it is
they
heavy.
were
And you wanted a movie that was lighter.
I did.
So originally we were gonna watch Cloud 9 with Burt Reynolds.
A volleyball,
It's really light.
sex
Yeah.
romp
With
comedy.
D.L. Hughley and Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
And then we changed you got here and we changed. We're like, you want to watch Webmaster?
A Dutch internet film from 1996.
A Dutch cyberpunk
On VHS?
fucking.
We're
Yeah.
like, okay. And then it turned into Matt mentioning that he had just watched
4 movies from Pure Flix Entertainment, all of which are great.
the people who made God's Not Dead, right?
Yeah.
And
I was on a kick.
This is what we watched is Revolution Road
3.
3.
Right. What
The
it actually,
title
okay.
of this movie is a nightmare.
Yeah.
So what it actually is the third Revolution or Road to Redemption movie.
Road to Redemption. That's what it is.
I thought it was Revolution
No,
Road.
it's
No,
the Road to
it's
Redemption.
Road to Redemption.
It's so this is the
What?
third.
It is. It is.
It's Road to Redemption, the Black Rider. But when the movie starts, it says Black Rider : Road to Redemption, and it's just very confusing.
No,
But
man, it's Revelation Road. We were all wrong.
Wait, are we all wrong?
what?
It's called Revelation Road 3.
Revelation Road.
We were literally all
Oh,
wrong.
yeah. Well, you know,
hey.
there's
Okay, on Netflix, it's
Jesus
Revelation
Christ.
Road 3, The Black Rider.
Okay.
huh.
So that we watched the third in a trilogy that me and Brian have not seen.
I realized
turns out
also
Matt
I
hasn't
never
either.
watched the first one either. I just realized outside. I watched Jerusalem Countdown and thought it was the first one of this because it has the same guy. He's a fucking special agent, and the same guy plays Jesus. And I was like, oh, it's the first one. It wasn't.
Okay.
So I need to watch Revelation Road now.
This guy, I didn't look up his name, but he's like this dad that's in all these movies.
Oh,
he's
He was
super
the
dad.
Yeah.
He was the priest in God's Not Dead. Rev Dave.
Oh, Rev
Rev
Dave, who
Dave.
went to the
Rev Dave.
theme park,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rev
we
Dave.
needed to get to Disney World real
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, Disney World. That's what it was.
And now he's in a Mad Max clone about God.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Brian went with it, because
yeah.
you were like, the third one is like a Mad Max movie.
But it came we realized, we looked it up, it came out a year before Fury Road.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
really weird.
So they're reaching just for a Mad Max,
I get, but I think the movies
Was there enough hype about Fury Road?
The movies obviously got parallels with Walking Dead too.
Oh yeah,
So I think they were just like,
advertising was
this
all
shit,
Walking
dystopian stuff is in right now.
Yeah.
And they just started making it.
I guess because
Is
it
it
has
To
just-
understand their psyche on why they make these movies.
But I mean, there were definitely callback shots from quite a few different.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Mad Max included, but holy crap!
Oh, yeah.
I mean, literally, it was holy crap.
It was holy crap.
It was,
yeah, it was
actually holy crap.
Yeah.
that was really funny while we were watching the movie. The amount of times we'd all be like, "Jesus
Right. Exactly.
Now you're getting it.
Well, it's just like, what's the point of these movies? And like Brian, you pretty much
hit the nail on the head."
hit the nail on the head that it's so that families can watch stuff that's free, devoid of all like sin.
Yeah, it's for it's for the homeschool.
My kid
the
can't
There's
homeschool.
watch Die Hard with a Vengeance, so I'm gonna watch
Die Hard-
Jerusalem Countdown.
Right.
Die Hard with a Vengeance. It's a weird.
I don't know. It's just action
Anything
movie, and
Hollywood
action
movie.
movie,
It's
and action movie that you would
Right.
think any family could
They
watch.
can't watch
They're
the
like, "No, I can't watch that."
like the raping heathens on Mad Max, so we'll watch.
Yeah.
Fucking road.
God, I want to see
Like in
I want to see
Arkansas-
Airflix make Cage Fury. Like, readapt that.
Dude, what is that even? What is that even?
Or like whatever that dungeon movie was.
Anyway, enough talk about Cage Fury.
Yeah.
We did that.
We did.
And that was enough said about that.
I never want to do it again.
Let's never do it again. It's a heavy movie, man.
man.
That's probably the second worst, like, as far as subject
Yeah, I'm trying to-
matter.
what's the other
what
one?
was the one?
Legion of Iron.
It was
Legion
Gen-
of Iron,
Gen
that's
Tidings.
Gen Tidings,
Where,
yeah.
like, I felt bad we made her watch that
Yeah.
movie. It felt so...
It's rough.
It
Dude.
was terrible.
Wait.
It's bad.
Okay, no, yeah, you're right.
It's the one where they just kidnap people and take them to the...
to the pit fighting
gladiator rape dungeon
rape
place.
dungeon,
Yeah,
yeah,
It's
yeah.
terrible. It's awful.
Yeah.
Okay, so Road Revelation 3, the Rider of Blackness.
Revelation.
Darkness is riding on the
So
road.
was the first one called Revelation Road?
Yes.
Okay,
I did not watch that. I watched Jerusalem Countdown.
Jerusalem Count, which I can see
Which
is
again, it's
recommended right here.
yeah.
Of course, it's recommended.
And Revelation Road 2 is not on Netflix, so you can't watch the entire trilogy.
Yeah, I
No.
know. That's well,
Unless it's called some other crazy shit. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
so it starts with a car chase.
Yeah.
It
It
starts with Mad Max.
It
Yeah,
starts with
it starts with the opening car chase
but also
from Mad
it
Max.
has scripture first. There's like a something from Revelation.
something from Revelation,
6
yeah.
or some shit.
Just pick
But
one.
as far as we know, in the sequels, in the prequels, there's the prequels, the rapture happened 2 years ago.
Yes,
That's the
it
timeline,
does say
yeah.
that.
That's all
Yeah,
we
yeah.
2
really
years
need to-
ago, the rapture happened.
Which we wouldn't have known had you not told us it was a rapture-based trilogy. I would have just been like, because it says 2 years later.
Yeah.
It doesn't
That's
say
all
2 years
yeah.
after the
what?
rapture.
No.
No.
I would just be like,
Well, why would someone just watch Revelation
Well, I
3?
mean-
But we're here.
I saw what was the turbulent heavy Turbulence 3.
Oh, Turbulence 3, yeah, that's
Turbulence
on Netflix
3. That was
too.
the
That's
first
great.
Turbulence I ever watched.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Turbulence 3, Heavy Metal, the Marilyn Manson takes over a plane movie.
It's
We
not
should
really
do
him.
that on this.
Dude, that movie's amazing.
Anyway,
What?
dude, there's a Turbulence 3. And
It's not Marilyn Manson. It's a Marilyn Manson type
It's a guy
character.
that's supposed to be Marilyn Manson
Nonetheless.
hijacking a plane.
Okay. I'm gonna just.
All right. We have to talk about this fucking movie.
Dude,
Brian-
we need this.
Brian.
I'm just bookmarking it in my phone. That's all.
All
That's fine. Okay.
So it starts with a car chase, and Rev Dave is in a pretty cool looking car. We all admitted.
Yeah.
The car is great.
Yeah, it
That's
looks
like
really
where the
cool.
money went. It's
Oh,
this fucking
it all
car.
went to that car.
Yeah, no, the car
And-
looks good.
He's in a van that apparently had Barry Bosworth in it or something.
Yeah, Brian Bosworth
Or
is somewhere
Brian
in this movie.
Bosworth. He was in the credits as Hog, and I was like, "Who the fuck was Hog?"
Brian Bosworth was in this movie?
He was in the credits,
Apparently.
dude. We looked it up.
He's in the credits and on IMDb. Brian Bosworth.
He
somewhere.
was
Okay.
somewhere. Everybody had a fucking beard and tons of bandanas
Because
on.
that's the thing.
So like, who the fuck knows
Matt,
who anyone
once
was?
the people Christians disappear, we all turn into fucking just hogs.
Hogs,
Wild
yeah.
hogs, man.
Hogs and
We all go
Wild
to the
hogs,
Harley
too.
Davidson
Yeah.
store and suit up.
fringe leather and everything.
Just loot that store. That's
Because I
it.
feel like, Bob, you and, I mean, had you seen Brian Bosworth walk past the camera, we all
I
would have.
feel like we
Yeah.
would've said,
we would have said,
Everyone would have
oh
recognized
shit,
him.
it's Brian Bosworth.
because
No.
he'd be the only like famous person
Literally
in the
the
movie.
only famous person. Except for,
Rev
well,
Dave.
well, we'll get to the mayor in a
Get to the-
minute, but.
Well, the
You're
mayor
right.
and fucking Honcho, y'all will
Honcho.
get to that.
Honcho,
All right,
oh, yeah, okay.
Damn it. Well, the
Fuck
mayor
it.
I didn't know until after the movie was over.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah. But he wasn't one of my
Okay,
favorite
so it's
movies.
like it's just basically a Mad Max car chase, but on a very low
So there's a
budget.
kidnapped girl in the van, and he's obviously trying to save her, and they're like throwing Molotov cocktails at him.
No,
And
they're throwing dynamite.
well,
that's
they
made
throw
of-
Molotov
the
cocktails
first time,
first,
and then
they start
dynamite.
throwing dynamite, which looks straight up like sticks of wood.
Sticks
with
of wood.
stuff
With
hanging
string
off
off
of
The
them.
it. Yeah.
compositing on the explosions was amazing.
Oh my god!
Oh, it was-
Anytime anything exploded, it looked crazy.
It looked like I did it.
yeah.
on your like
It looked like I did it.
on
It
your
was crazy.
phone,
On my phone,
like
yeah.
in between shit at the wind up.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, oh, miss, throw us in there. Yeah.
Yes.
God
And
damn
everything
it.
is so clean and bright. It's just, it annoys
The
me.
whole thing. I mean, yeah, it's really
It's so brightly lit. Skyfather. He was there.
He was.
He was
I don't
there.
care if he's not in the credits.
Bob. That is the light of Jesus.
Yeah,
lighting
so they
lighting
can't-
our way through this film. So,
It's so bright.
All right, so they're throwing a bunch of shit up. There's explosions. They start. So they're throwing grenades and bombs that they've built and stuff. And then the guy goes, "Get out the guns." And they're like, "But those are for emergencies." And he's like, "What do you think this is?" And it's
Yeah.
like, I would imagine bombs, thing you had to make. Like, it's been 2 years. How many bullets have they gone through in 2 years in America, in this small town? They're like, bullets, no. Throw bombs, do anything. They threw a man at him.
I mean,
the guy
did.
launches
Yeah, they
himself
did,
in the
yeah.
car
they do.
before bullets. It's 2 years.
I feel like
And-
we should address the fact that we all kept talking about how
Yeah.
the world should not be in chaos because it would be
not
almost
this much.
no, it would be a relief for all those for almost
yeah.
close to 2 billion humans to be
Yeah.
off this planet.
By the
A complete relief.
by the numbers, by the
Right,
numbers,
it's
it would
true.
no, it would literally,
Yeah.
the world would be running at optimal number of people if that happened.
Right.
Also, 2 years, there's still a surplus from when they were still here. So
Of
there's gonna be
food and
of
resources, power.
everything. There's gonna be shit everywhere, and apparently
There's
it took
still
two-
enough people to run everything.
twice.
Also, let's be honest.
mean,
Let's be honest here. Like so many idiots you'd remove from like the world.
Well, and that's what I'm saying.
But then again, they'd be right. We'd have irrefutable proof that what
they
the
were right.
truth of life would be.
Okay,
So why
fine.
would everyone be fighting? Because we all would know.
But here's the thing too. Those, oh.
You can't think about it
none of it makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
The only thing that made sense to me in the entire movie was that the word of God is truth, and you must follow it to live a proper life and be saved. That's all. That's what I learned.
Well, we'll get to what I learned.
I'm glad we watched Brian convert
I've been saved, man. It's really
by the third in a trilogy.
Yeah.
You didn't even need to watch the whole thing.
It's just that was the payoff.
You read
I
like the
feel-
last 10 pages of a book.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically Revelation, so you're actually not wrong.
By the way, this
It's the
experience that converted Brian, it's a 2-hour fucking movie.
Oh yeah, this is
It's
much longer than it
so-
should have been.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah,
very
so
long.
Rev Dave gets
so
the
Rev
girl.
Dave gets the girl.
But she gets
she's been
stabbed, though, because when they're shooting the guns, she kicks a guy out of the van. She
he's-
gets stabbed. Then he. Oh no! Then for no reason, a death. A guy with a sight
yeah, the black
and a black robe on
yeah.
a black horse is in the middle of
never
the
comes
road.
back.
No, never again.
No,
Death is literally at the beginning of the movie unexplained. Which I gotta assume he's in the other two, right?
I would fucking hope so.
If he's not,
It was called The Black Rider, and it shows fucking death on a black horse in the first 5 minutes, and he
Death
never shows up
isn't
again.
the Black Rider.
Yeah, I know,
No.
it's stupid.
Apparently, it's
It's insane.
well, that's also.
But the car crashes.
But
For
that's
no
also
fucking reason,
Revelation.
He shows
too,
up in
though.
the car crashes.
He does.
And
well, yeah,
he-
because he makes the van swerve off the road. He appears in the road.
Yeah,
and
and
the
yeah.
van tries to swerve, not hit death, and they fucking die. Waka waka waka.
Right.
Why wouldn't they just hit the fucking
Also,
horse?
they acted like, what is that? And it's like, I mean, It's only 2 years. They would know what a visage of death looks like. He looks like a pop culture death.
I mean, he's the picture on the over the hill birthday card.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's fucking.
He's like death from like a cartoon.
Yeah, he has a scythe, he has the cloak, and a black horse.
Like somebody would be like, that guy looks like he's supposed to be death.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know, Bob.
It's only been 2 years. We can't stress that enough.
God is real, apparently, due to the rapture actually fucking happening. Yeah.
But people don't believe it.
Yeah.
Then you deserve death.
Yeah, that's
If
fine.
you don't believe it,
After that,
yeah, like what else do you need? All right. So he has the girl. She's dying.
and he's like, I gotta take her somewhere to get healed.
She's dying super slow.
Oh yeah. She also got stabbed.
No, the dude getting hung.
Well, no, yeah, we cut to the town.
That doesn't happen yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought that was open.
No.
Okay.
She gets stabbed in the
that the
thing. He
That's
like
not the
saves
open.
her.
No, wait, that was the
That
open.
was the open. That's the opening.
We skipped the opening of the
We skipped the
movie.
literally
Oh,
opening
fuck.
scene of the movie.
God damn it.
All right, I got it.
Because Telly Savalas
Right.
is hanging a guy.
Savalas,
He looked like his son.
He looks like Tor Johnson.
And Telly Savalas. He looks all fucking weird. His lips.
He's got a big lumpy head.
Yeah.
Lots of
He's
things
all
on
mashed
it.
potato.
Yes.
But okay, so the movie opens on
A guy pleading for his life who's about to be hung
in a noose, to the townspeople.
because he stole some food and he's begging who turns out to be the mayor.
right.
He's like, "Don't kill me. I'm, you've known me since high school. Blah blah blah."
Right, and then they just
And then he's like, "What? You want to be like them? You want to live like them out there?" And they hang him.
in the worst
What
way
out
possible.
there?
Yeah, he slowly.
They just hoist him.
Nobody is raised. They're just both standing on ground,
Yeah.
and he just hoists them slowly up.
Yeah.
It's
Like
the worst, inefficient way.
You're supposed to break someone's neck when you hang them.
Yeah.
That's
not.
yeah.
not choke them by the weight of their own
But
body.
again,
Right.
guys, there's no God, so there's no law.
True,
So, I mean,
and-
you gotta keep that in mind.
Telly Tor.
No, this is the
Telly
law.
Tor-
Telly Tor.
Savalas.
Telly Tor. Savalas Johnson. He apparently gets off on the strangling of somebody
Sure.
and feeling it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he likes killing people.
I mean, he doesn't. What else do you do?
Well, he's a
He's
god
just
that's
sick.
human.
He's
So
that
he-
freak.
That
He's-
introduces us to the
sinner.
futility of the town. Then we go to the Mad Max
Okay.
chase
Right,
scene.
and then
Girl
now
gets
we're-
stabbed. He has the girl.
He goes to steal the gas out of the thing. One of the guys comes out of the van while he's stealing the gas
right.
out of it, and then he shoots and he blows up.
the van and
The van
everything.
explodes with him like 2 inches from it, but that didn't affect him at all.
Now he's fine.
He shoots him in the chest.
But he's wearing a bulletproof
Yeah,
vest,
he's wearing-
so he
yeah.
ditches that. As Brian explained, it is
Because it was
useless.
compromised, it's
Yeah.
not as effective. Still, I say that even though it's like
It's
50%,
the wasteland. Yeah,
it's better
I'd
than
do it.
without.
I'd still
yeah,
keep
I mean,
it on.
Yeah, I'd keep it on. Just zip the, just zip the
he
jacket
is such
up.
a badass, though.
Just zip
It's
his
like,
leather jacket up.
He's not afraid of dying,
His
Bob.
distressed leather
why do
jacket.
you have a bulletproof vest on in the first place, then?
But if he dies, he can just barter with Jesus. Well,
Hey, we'll get to it. Stop. So he's like, I got to get her to a medical place, and he looks at a map, and there's a huge area in red that's just
Yeah.
like no, and he's like,
Skull
he
and crossbones,
points
the
like
whole
yeah,
bit, yeah.
points at it and
the
gives
elephant
like,
graveyard.
there's no other way. It's like, okay. So they drive down there. He gets to a gate. That's where there's a guy at a gate. The gate is shitty. It's like 3 trucks.
It's 3 trucks, and 1 truck moves for
Yeah.
you
to
let
get
you
into
in.
this town. But then when you look at the town, there's no fences or anything.
I feel like
No.
you
You
could
could
just
walk
walk into
around.
the town.
you can literally
Yeah.
just walk around behind the building next to the gate.
It was just stopping cars getting in, not
It was-
people.
yeah, it was
and you could. I've parked farther from the town than like at Walmart, where you have to walk really
Yeah,
far.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not. Park over there. You can walk it.
It was a poorly thought out checkpoint.
Yeah, it was terrible. And the guy that was running it, remember, he gets down and he threatens. Isn't that?
Well, no, he's at the top and he's like, I got an injured girl, and he's like,
he's
what-
eating beans
He
he's
is.
eating a
because
can
they
of
have
beans.
Repo Man cans in
Yeah,
this
they
movie,
do, but it's orange, not
Just says
blue, though.
beans.
which is so hard to read.
It is. It's bad.
Yeah, like come on.
He's like, no, you can't come in. Tries to like get him to bribe him, but then
With like cans of tuna.
Yeah.
this girl
And
overhears it. The girl Sophia overhears what he's saying, and she jumps in the truck and just moves it for him so he can get in.
Yeah.
And that's when the guy comes down and everybody rushes him with guns.
But she says like that he's crazy. She's like, that's because you're always drinking that poison you call alcohol.
No, he's like, I'm gonna report you to the sheriff, and she's like, what if I tell the sheriff about
Right.
that poison you make in your basement
Basement
called
called alcohol.
liquor? And he's just like,
It's 2 years.
Yes,
She's
no.
like 30.
It was.
She would know
what alcohol is.
Yeah.
It was that poison that you call liquor. So he's just making shitty booze.
It's been handed down
I
generation
don't
to
think-
generation
Okay,
since
you don't
the
think
day.
she was
Yeah,
saying
I
like
don't-
I've never
No,
heard
yeah,
of
no,
liquor?
I don't think she was.
It's
Yeah,
just the
it
way
was-
her tonation was.
Yeah, it was off. But I think
She
that-
sounded like a tribes person, like from the woods, saying, "This thing you call liquor." You know, it's just like. Well, she did. It's just,
Oh, that's I mean, you're not wrong.
yeah. And then he said,
fucking, yeah, it's a great place to hide your dead body in, too. And you're just like, Jesus.
Yeah, it just.
And she pulls a knife and holds it to his neck.
Well,
These people are
she-
fucking animals, man.
Yeah. Well, again,
when they have so many resources.
this is a god. Yeah, everything. Like that's.
The
Oh
reason
my God.
the
Also,
reason
bullets.
they're in the desert is because they're living like in Arizona or Texas.
Well, that's
Right.
where
It's
they
not-
That's
live.
why it's a wasteland.
They didn't go anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
They didn't try to go anywhere.
New York is probably like generally okay.
Fine.
Yeah,
You know
they're
what I
fine.
mean? Like, it's-
They're fine. Yeah, I mean, like New York,
It's nuts.
Starbucks is still open.
Yeah.
You know, you can get pizza
Hey,
down the
they're,
street.
they're like, did you
know?
hear about Texas? It's a
It's
fucking
fucking wild,
nightmare.
yeah.
It's been 2
like-
years. There's
dude.
entire countries that are secular.
Texas
They
like
have
goddamn
no
Mad
religion
Max.
in them. They're fine
What
and
about a
run. They
country
can be
that
like,
is
hey,
primarily Islamic? They didn't lose anyone.
No.
they're fine.
This is literally centralized to the Bible Belt of America. That's it.
Is that what they think? Like living in a third world country is?
Yes.
They're just like that's what it. You're just heathens. You're just monsters that rob and kill each other,
Yeah.
and there's not
I
gonna be no
totally
matter.
didn't think about that at all.
No, no.
Crazy.
And there's countries that just would
be
They're just
minimally
fine.
affect.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Dutch are
Like-
all there.
Yes.
They're just like, yeah, great, cool. What happened? Oh, that sucks.
Dude, like how many? Oh, 5 people disappeared. Whatever.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
They were weird.
That
they were,
weird
they were,
guy
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
ever talked to
The guy kept
disappeared
yelling
here.
Bible verses down
That
the street.
really
He's
nice
gone.
guy.
It's awesome.
He's,
Yeah.
he's so nice. He turned into a ball of light and he's gone.
He's gone.
All right, well, see you at work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is someone gonna rent his place?
We
I
just
would.
keep turning. Like
He had a really-
Jesus
he had a really-
Christ.
he had a-
Dude, all of our friends that we know, like mutually, would pretty much just.
It'll be fine.
It'd be,
Listen.
well, it would be fine. We'd still be on. We wouldn't be going to heaven, but
If the
yeah.
rapture, if the rapture happened,
I think some of us would have the presence of mind and then be
It's
like,
such
well,
a bad. The rapture, which is not in the Bible, by the way.
I know.
It's such a bad idea because it just proves to everyone who didn't get sucked up that it's true, and then you would just be like, "Well, I
I guess I'll
believe."
try. Yeah.
That belief doesn't matter anymore. You just be like, "Okay, I totally believe."
All right, or I don't. It's fine.
We didn't mention I'd fucking get stuck in a hellscape if I didn't. If it wasn't true, I would have believed you.
God damn it! Now we're just talking about the rapture.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't matter.
Sorry.
I mean,
it's
listen.
just fucking
honestly,
hilarious.
That's the brunt of the fucking movie. I mean, so
It
we're not off topic.
No, it's like
it's
they
not
turned
like-
into Mad Max world. It's
Anything-
like Mad Max is
It's
about
not
the
like it
fact.
stole the internet or phones, and people couldn't be like, "Hey, are there countries or other places that are fine?" Because we're kind of fucked in some small pockets of the Midwest. They just turned into a fucking lawless belt of lunacy. Sorry. It's crazy. Now I need to watch Revelation Road 1 to see where it started. Because if this is where it got to, and it starts like a normal movie.
In 2 years.
2 fucking years. All right,
Yeah,
sorry.
2 years, and it's just. Mad Max is about like literal resources being depleted
Right.
and bombs going off.
Yeah.
This is just like nice people.
Did
disappeared.
trees believe in
gently-
God and
nice
just
people
leave?
gently went to heaven.
Yeah.
And the world.
Quietly.
Oh!
No! God damn it.
That's just like fucking kill everybody. Why?
It doesn't need to be
We don't
like
need to
this.
feed them anymore.
Yeah. There'd be such a
All
sur-
right,
there'd be
all right.
such-
I'm
there'd
pretty
be
sure
such a
that all
surplus.
babies get raptured too. So
Yeah, babies are gone.
Even better.
That happened in Jerusalem Countdown. The baby disappeared, and I was like, all right, fair
Shut
enough.
up.
I guess
So there's no babies. It's amazing.
well, it's got to be
Dude.
baptized babies. It's got to be fucking.
No, because even unbaptized babies,
they're innocent.
because they're innocent, are considered because they don't yet know the Lord.
So people aren't even like eating babies.
Well, unless it's a really shitty baby. That was just like, even God's like, yeah, you know what? That kid's a prick.
So if you wanted to play it super safe and you just pretend like you somehow
can't
just like
pretend you're a
roast,
baby.
I know, but you can raise a child that just never have ever heard of Jesus and they'd be fine.
Uh,
When the rapture happened, then
There's the argument if like Aborigines will go to heaven.
Right,
I've heard
because
that. In school, I made that argument.
And
I went to religious school.
I did the same thing.
And it's a gray area.
Literally made the
Jesus. All right, anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So back to the movie where trees believe in God and disappeared for some reason.
Apparently, yeah.
And phones
that's right.
and electronics, I guess.
Oh,
Satellites work though.
Satellites work,
Satellites
and
are
there
still
was
up in the sky running, doing shit.
yeah.
Because they have that thing.
because they're
still
being
work.
run by scientists, atheists who did not get raptured. That's why.
Yeah.
In major
I think
metropolitan
it's
Why
seriously
cities.
isn't
it's
everyone
just
just,
like-
having like tons of sex? Like
That's
they're all atheists. They don't care about it. Go ahead.
That's what
anyway.
That's
all
what
right,
we should have
we
been.
have to get through this
We
movie.
have to get through it. Brian
Okay.
needs to leave at a certain time.
Okay, so
Which is literally 40 minutes from now, by the way.
she threatens him with a knife, and he's like, "Fine, I'm going to tell the sheriff, though." And they're like, "Whatever." And they go to the doctor, who's not a doctor, it turns out, and he goes, "Yeah, I can't really
Dude,
do
the
anything
worst
about
actor
this."
in the movie.
That
The
guy-
movie of bad acting. That
He
guy
actually was bar none the worst.
Why
It was
don't you just-
so bad.
How did he say that one line when he was like, "You just go on and get out of here"? Then it said something so weird with this like inflection of your arms. Like,
and his
oh,
beat-
Everyone
and
in
his
these
beats were
movies
all
seems
off.
like
it was.
they all seem like they're like part of someone's family. That they are
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, do you want to do this?
That was like
do
that
you
was
have the
that
time?
was
Can
cousin
you-
Nick who hadn't been in the first movie,
Right.
so it was like, all right, fine. Well, okay, check him
Yeah.
off the list. Cousin Nick can be in it.
So the doctor's like, "Yeah, I can't really do anything about this." And he's like, "Well, what?" And he's like, "I got antibiotics that'll keep her alive for like a day or two." And he's like, "Yeah, here's all my food. Do that.
Here's all my canned tuna.
I'm gonna go find." Oh, so and at
Oh.
that point, you find out Sophia's mother was a doctor, but she left the town.
right, whose name is Grace.
Whose name is Grace, and
That's,
they
it's
say,
really important information that really comes back.
Yeah, it really
It's,
it's
so important.
"Oh
It's a
fuck, we
huge
missed the
plot
scene
thread.
where with the ULC people."
not yet.
No,
Did
we had to have because he.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because he calls back to
What
it.
is the ULC thing?
I
It's
don't know
from
what
the other.
they are.
We
It's-
are talking about a third movie that.
Yeah.
It's something called the ULC.
From what I
where
can
they have a jet.
surmise.
They live in the sky.
If we just
I guess.
knew what that stood for.
I know they never say
That
it.
would have made
They
a
just
lot
keep
of
going.
that.
It's the people from the ULC.
You would think the writer would be like, well, maybe someone will watch this.
and not need
Yeah.
a refresher, possibly.
Yeah, just say the name.
I don't.
It has
God.
to be United. It doesn't matter. The ULC people are like Nazi aliens.
Who have like
Seemingly.
triangles,
Like that
swastikas
dude
on their
looked
head.
too fresh. He
Yeah.
looked like a
Yeah.
mannequin of a man.
Yeah.
And they have like a triangle, like swastika.
It's weird. It's very weird.
A tristica.
And they're
if
like,
will.
"You need to find us the man, the shepherd. You have 1 week, or we're gonna replace you." And he's like, "Fuck."
As the
mayor.
head of this town.
to the mayor, yeah, as the head of the town, which basically means they're going to
And
kill
they're
him.
and they
Because
come in
when
on
he
a
gets-
jet.
yeah.
They have a jet.
Yeah, because when he gets back from the town, when he gets back from that meeting, they're like, "There's a problem at the gate," and he tells fucking Tor Johnson, Savalas, Telly, Monster
Junior.
Man, mashed potato Michelin guy, to go deal with it, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm into it."
If a potato was an actor,
And so Sophia's talking to him about her mom and how they say he went to the shepherd. That
She went with
and
the
to live
shepherd.
with the shepherd. And that's when they go outside and mashed potatoes all over the car. and and he's like, "You entered my town illegally." And he's like, "Look, I just had an injured person." And the girl tries to say something. He's like, "Shut up." And then he goes, what does he do? He's like, "Give me car keys." He's like, "Give me the keys to your car."
Right. Yeah.
And then you're going to pay a fine. And if you can't pay the fine, then you're going to work
you're
here.
gonna work here.
And he goes, "Don't do this, man." Or something. What does he say? He says, "Don't do it."
it was.
Don't
yeah.
do
Yeah, it was just like, don't do
I
it.
was like, don't do this.
Yeah, it was whatever you
There
could
was a
guess
long
somebody
stare
would say.
down.
Then he fights off like
7 guys.
7 guys.
Yeah.
Beats the shit out of all of them.
Expertly fights off
Yeah,
7
yeah,
guys.
the
fucks them
fighting
up.
scenes are fine for
No,
a
they're
Christian
choreographed
movie.
pretty
Listen,
great,
yeah,
actually.
For a Christian movie, they're actually fine.
The fight
Yeah.
was actually really
they're
good.
Not bad.
Yeah, no, they're fine.
I mean,
yeah.
no one's. Yeah, I mean, no one shittily pulls punches. No one,
No,
it's not-
it's
looks
not something
good.
I would make fun of in
Well,
this
there's
movie.
the rubber bat in that one scene,
there is
but
that.
I'll
And-
forgive
That's
that.
fine.
and the sound effects are amazing.
The sound
the
effects
sound
are
effects are
really
amazing.
good. Yeah.
Actually, the score and the sound effects in this movie are really good, actually.
Yeah.
Dude, that score was doing a lot of the lifting in some of those scenes where you're like,
yeah.
what the fuck's going on here?
yeah.
So
He's like, "You're going to work." He kicks the shit out of all of them, and then the mayor shows up with a shotgun, and he's like,
and he
"Yeah,
subdues him.
get on your knees, and you're done now." and they arrest him. They take his car.
And Mashed Potato's all stoked on that because he thinks
he's like, this is mine now.
That's my car now.
Isn't this when they chain him up in the room?
They do on the forklift.
Yeah.
And he finds the Bible in his bag, and then he rips a page out of it. And
he looks
Rev
like,
Davis like, what the fuck? He looks at him. He's mad. And
He's
then
real bummed about that.
He kicks everybody else out of the room, and the mayor talks to him privately, and he's like, look, he explains that there's other people like him that roll around saying they're religious men trying to save people.
Who they refer
but
to
he
as
intimates
rollers,
that they're
holy
like
rollers.
he intimates that they're like evil people, right? Doesn't
Right,
he?
that-
He
that-
says
yeah,
something. He's like, but you're the
they're
real deal.
that
I
they're
think
just
you're
shit-
You
legitimate.
actually believe.
He's like, I
that was
think
the
you
important part.
actually
He actually
believe.
believes in God.
They're just charlatans, are the ones you've seen
right.
previously.
And he's the only one that can do the job.
Yeah, so he's like, I want you to find the
finding
shepherd.
the shepherd.
But he's saying it's because
that
they
is
want.
Road Warrior because the whole thing really is like he comes to a town. They're
Yeah.
like, we need you to do this because you're the only one that can do it.
Sure.
This
But
is
that's
supposed
because you just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, this is supposed to be Road Warrior with Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he
that's-
tells them-
that's evident.
He says,
Does that make Sorbo Lord Humongous? Sort of.
nah.
I wish.
That's
I wish
that's
it
more
did.
No,
Barter
yeah,
Town.
she's more of
It's Tina Turner.
Tina
in Barter
Turner,
Town,
actually. Yeah. It's weird.
I mean,
he is dressed appropriately.
I was gonna say, they
though.
both had very garish clothing. Fuck, I can't wait to get to that.
All right, we're trying. All right.
So
Yeah, we're speeding on this. Go.
I am because we don't have time, and it's so long. It was 2 hours
It's
long.
2 hours
Listen,
of nothing.
I can push back a bit if we have to. So
No,
just,
no,
I don't want to.
But he
I don't
tells
want to
him.
rush our process
Oh,
He tells
we're
him that he
rushing.
needs to find the shepherd because he needs the doctor woman back too.
because
He's got a
bum
leg.
Yeah,
He's got a bum leg. And he's
brace.
like,
And
we
the
need
girl's
help.
dying.
And the girl, he's
Yeah.
like, your friend's dying.
The girl who was
we
going
need
to
her.
instantly die is now just dying slowly,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
though all the medication has been taken away from her.
Yes.
Oh, they came
Telly
in.
Savalas,
Well, not
mashed
yet.
potatoes.
He hasn't
I'm
left
gonna call
yet.
him mashed potatoes from now
That's
on.
Yeah, his name is Mashed Potatoes. He agrees to do it, so he like gives him his car back and sends him on his way.
Right.
And then he's like, how can you trust him? He's like, I know he can do it. I know it'll be fine. And then that thing you were just saying happens.
Right.
Where they take all the medicine
Yeah,
because
then he comes. The
'Cause,
sheriff
like,
comes in, takes all the medicine,
this
and that
medicine is
guy,
for our
the bad
people,
actor
not
guy.
outsiders.
not an outsider who
What
the
is
girl is.
what is this?
What is
what is
happening?
happening right
What
now?
is happening now?
Sheriff, guy's great. He's like, Drake. He took all of the medicine.
all
And you're
of
like,
all of the medicine.
Guys,
Medicine.
you can't even recreate it, man. He's so
Medicine.
bad.
All of to have medicine.
He's so bad.
It's terrible.
But they take all the medicine and the woman took the girl's like cross necklace off and was like,
Oh,
because
she was like, she was like,
see.
it would not be good if
That,
someone
that
saw
went
this.
nowhere.
No,
None of it.
they don't really describe that they hate holy people.
They don't.
It's
like,
like, well,
And then
it's,
she's like, I don't want anyone to see it, but you said like no one's coming in
Neither.
that room.
Nobody's coming to visit
Yeah,
her
she-
except for him. And the two people watching over who
He
clearly
already-
don't
So-
give a
That
shit.
guy already hates her. I mean, mashed
much more-
potatoes will see her, but he hates her already.
Yeah, why would he actually even go in the room?
I mean,
it
what's-
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
Anyway. Made a real big deal about the cross, though.
Yeah,
Because
so
Jesus.
he
Yeah,
leaves
well,
to go
you know.
find the shepherd. He's going to go hunt him down. And he starts driving. He comes across a golf cart.
Right.
He goes to look at it, and there's like blood everywhere. And he's like, they took the meat, but not the gas. And you're like, all right, oh, it's crazy out there.
I thought there was gonna be a cannibal
2
element.
years.
It's
2
crazy.
years
It's-
without.
But mind you, it's crazy.
7th of
Yeah.
the
2 years of
population.
plentiful resources.
Yeah. It's crazy out
Jesus.
there, literally 9 miles from this town.
In
Yeah.
Texas, it's,
Like,
it's
it's
just
not
as
even like-
desolate, you know,
As
Yeah.
it is.
as it normally
Right.
is.
The
Like,
roads
he,
perfect.
he hasn't gotten, like, out into the... He's
No.
9 miles from literal civilization.
on asphalt.
A
On
town that
asphalt,
had a
yeah.
train track right in front of it.
Right. I mean,
They
yeah.
probably have trains still running.
I know. It's
If you heard a train whistle
ding,
in the
ding, ding.
background, I would have lost my fucking mind.
Yeah,
That would have been...
yeah. So then he goes to open up the,
the
trunk,
trunk to get like a gas can to fill.
and she's in there.
Sophia's in
there's
the
Sophia.
trunk, and he doesn't really respond. He just shuts it again.
yeah,
And she starts screaming.
he lets her out.
He eventually lets her out and explains, he's like, look, I gassed up the thing. I gassed that up. It has enough gas to get you back to the town. I'm heading out. You're not coming with me. And she's like, but my mother, I must find my mother. And he leaves her.
Once again, her mother being pushed as a major plot point in this movie.
Yes, of course, because she's important, Bob. She's important to the plot. Clearly, when she shows up later in the movie.
Was that her?
No! That was my point! She's not even in the movie. Matt, they just mentioned her a couple times.
I believe Matt's being facetious, Bob.
God damn it.
I'm just going to put that out there.
So he drives on. He comes across another bunch of cars on the side of the road and gets out to investigate. What was it? It was a high hose truck instead of high hose.
High hose. It should have a picture of a dwarf.
Oh, that would have been...
High hose.
Disney, though.
No, you just do it in generic dwarf.
Okay.
Well, anyway.
Right.
I don't think Disney or Hostess is watching this fucking movie.
Poster high hose.
Poster high hose.
I'm into it.
Have you seen the box of Hoster High Hose?
You know what's weird that they did that, but then later there's that scene where Kevin Sorbo's just listing off stuff he misses.
Yeah, and it's all like product placement. Yeah, whatever.
But so he comes across some trucks, he gets out, he looks at things, he's looking at stuff, and then he hears a woman scream, and he gets back in his car and seemingly drives like 10 feet farther.
If even that, yeah.
Instead of running.
It was like, it's just like,
it was like, I need to get my car out of the road in case someone else comes by. Like, what? Okay. And he gets out of the car.
There's so much traffic in this fucking dystopian
wasteland.
Hell.
How many cars could be left after 2 years, you know?
No, fuck that. Because, he finds the golf cart, the ho-ho truck. When he pulls up to where he is now, there are two cars.
More cars, yeah.
There are more cars in this fucking movie of a gasless wasteland than there are in Mad Max.
Well, there'd be plenty of gas.
Exactly.
There's so many less people driving.
And so many cars.
Dude,
everywhere.
There's warehouses full of gasoline to keep people driving for years.
And food is just not that precious. Like, he didn't look in the ho-ho's truck.
No.
I would.
That'd be the first thing I would fucking do.
You just mentioned that you never see anyone eat a single thing in this movie.
No, you do see the guard eat a can of beans.
The can of beans, that's it.
But that's like 9 minutes in, so...
Yeah, that's the only meal eaten in the movie.
You see a lot of people put food on tables at one point.
You do.
Oh, yes. And lay the grapes. Fine.
Someone's
grapes.
Okay. Anyway.
So it's a woman being attacked by two people, and she's got a baby and like a knife on the end of a stick. And she's like,
"You're gonna touch my baby!
Get away from my baby!"
Right.
And he tries to go help, but then gets snatched in a snare trap.
It's a really weird shot. It's just like all of a sudden shit just happens.
Yeah, it's a very bad the hills have eyes kind of thing.
So he's hanging upside down, and they're like, then the woman's like, I got you, and then she goes to stab him. He grabs the thing, bonks her in the nose.
Cuts
she goes,
my
nose, and falls over.
Expertly takes it from her while
then the other guy runs
from his ankles.
The other guy runs up on him and he cuts him like in the forearm, and the guy goes, ah! And that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then then he cuts himself down, and the last guy, does he stab him or just like he just holds him off?
Yeah, he holds him off, and then
another guy comes up from behind and smashes him in the head with a stick, and he's out.
I just want to just real quick. The reason Matt is taking the brunt of describing this movie is because he's seen it twice.
I'm also trying to like shovel our way through.
Me and Bob don't know much of what we just
Matt's
watched.
seen it twice, and we're trying to beat a clock. So so Matt's.
You and I trying to describe what we just watched is going to be rough.
I want to get to Kevin Sorbo. I want to get to Aunt B.
All right.
The interesting shit is not in the first part of the movie.
It's not.
No. It's like the setup for a long setup for an action movie, and then they talk about God for a long time, and then
we can
stuff
skip
happens.
most of that.
Yeah,
it's not nothing.
It's pretty obvious. I mean,
so he's getting drugged into the van that he parked next to by the four people, and the girl shows up on the golf cart and sees it happening, and is like, "Oh no, it's the Bobby
Winchester
boys."
No,
it was something
McAllister kids.
Kevin McAllister. Look at your hands are on your face. Yeah.
Was that what it's called? McAllister
Meats.
Yeah, McAllister's Meats.
Oh man.
And it was Michael McAllister.
No, it was Bobby.
McAllister.
So they were butchers before it happened, and they're cannibals.
Still butchers, and they still just deliver food to people.
Bob.
But cows are gone because they believed in God, so they disappeared in the rapture, obviously.
You could still breed cows.
No, you couldn't because they believed in God. They got on the ark, Bob. Come on.
Apparently.
You know that animals are good.
I guess.
Animals have always been
innocent.
good. They're innocent. They got on the ark. They did the
Yeah,
thing.
come on,
They're part of
man.
the whole system. God left. Animals left.
Oh man,
I think that might be actually it. Because God left and all the animals. Because there's a speech he gives to the Sophia at some point
it's
in the
so
movie
long too.
where
The
he's
speech
like,
is really long.
It's-
he's
Yeah.
like, don't you understand that God wasn't just giving things to people? He was holding, he was suppressing stuff inside of us, and he's
Yeah,
and
we're
shit
all
like that.
basically animals that he's
Oh yeah, that God is
holding
just-
us back.
has made
And now
better,
that he's gone, people are more evil because he's not there to suppress it.
which
Well, I
is-
don't believe it because I think they would be having much more sex.
Yeah, they should be having a lot.
it would
more
just
sex.
it would be a lot of fucking and eating. Like I mean that
Yeah.
that ho-ho truck,
Voracious fucking and eating.
that ho-ho
Yeah.
truck would have been empty with people fucking inside of it.
Yeah.
Covered in ho-hos. Like
Yeah.
that's how that movie would have been.
We have no barometer anymore. We'd just be like beasts
Yeah.
looking for sugar and sex.
Sugar. They just licking stuff.
Just lick everything and just until you find what
Eating
you
a
like.
beehive while jerking off.
So they all right. They're dragging him away. They drag him away.
now I'm just picturing that and I'm
Yeah.
fucking dying. All right.
Yeah,
You can
okay.
fuck the hole in the front while you lick the outside of it.
Yeah.
If
The
it's
bees-
big
That's
enough.
a big fucking
Yeah,
beehive.
it's pretty
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
And you let the
Or
bees
if you're
like sting your
limber-
dick so it gets all swollen.
There's a
and
lot of people who can
painful.
get within an inch of sucking their own dick. I think they
Are there,
fine to
Are
lick
there,
this.
Matt?
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots.
Oh, now you're sure.
In this
Okay.
world, they'd know because they all would be trying to do it.
Well, yeah,
constantly.
yeah, that'd be yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
First 20 minutes, no one leaves the house. Because they're all trying to suck their own dicks, and they go, "Wait, someone else can do this while I eat candy." And then that's when everyone just leaves town. And
Well,
goes,
we're
like,
almost at the most important part for all this,
yeah.
which has the substance which will
Yes.
accommodate these acts.
Okay, so
Oh fuck! I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know.
Yes. All right, go, Matt. Go.
what happened next? They go to
Well,
go to
it's
the
the
house.
cannibal house.
He wakes
cannibal
up
house.
with the
strapped to
mom
a
that's inside
Yeah.
just screams at people, and we never see her.
Never see
Yeah,
her.
it's basically it's
Where you going?
It's the mom from Throwing from the Train.
yelling
Or
off
it's Biff's
camera.
mom.
She's just
Or
like,
Biff's
Are
mom.
you coming back?
Bobby, what are you doing?
Jesus,
like,
mom,
"Mama."
getting to meet. I mean, it's yeah. I mean,
It's
but
awesome.
she's always off camera, and it's amazing.
But he wakes up on a table and a guy walks in like sharpening a knife. And
He
he's
wakes
like,
up in like a Dexter room.
Yeah, like
there's,
chained to a
plastic-
table, and
He gives him a speech about how he's gonna cut him up and his meat's worth, his car's gonna be worth three
more-
times as much
This
as
is
his meat.
yeah,
And then the mom yells at him for
Owen,
some
yeah.
shit.
Owen!
And he's like, "Yeah, mom, I'm fine." And
That guy was awesome.
he was
He
good.
was, yeah, he was.
As far
he
as
was,
actors in this movie
he
go,
was one of the better. Yeah,
committed 110.
Yeah, he
went-
did a great
he
job.
went in. He went in hard.
Yeah.
But he says something to him about he asks him where the shepherd might be, and he's like, "Don't talk about the shepherd to me. He's evil." And
Yeah.
that didn't really.
That doesn't make sense.
I
Make
met
any
him. Yeah,
sense.
I met him.
Because the shepherd is a force of good,
promised-
but he can bring about evil.
I guess
No, it doesn't matter.
who
It doesn't
knows?
matter.
Fucking
It's real.
understands.
They run fast and loose with that guy in this story.
Yeah, they do.
But the mom yells at him, and he leaves, and then the girl sneaks in and tries to like get him off the table. And they're like fiddling with keys for a really long time while the intercut scene is they're going to sell the car to Kevin Sorbo. So it shows, dude, this shot is great. It's Kevin Sorbo just standing. You can't tell it's him yet. It's just a guy
If you don't know
dressed
who
like
Kevin Sorbo is,
Why are you listening to
yeah,
that?
don't listen to the bonus disc.
it's like what is he wearing? He's got
He's
like
wearing
a
like a
feather
white-
a feather fur cape.
It's
He's
a
wearing
white.
a-
It's a white fur. It's basically
cape.
it's
It's
a
a-
white bearskin rug.
it's a
as
drape.
cape.
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
drape.
it's a white. Yeah,
And he's got a weird hat with
A
feathers in
sachet
it.
or something.
yeah.
And it's this
not
guy
like
standing there with these two dudes on his sides, and he's just going like, "Cool whip."
It looks like Kevin Sorbo if he was in Pootie Tang.
Yes,
Yes! Oh my
absolutely.
God, yes.
He's wearing Dirty D's costume.
He's wearing Dirty D.
Yeah, before it
he's
got dirty, yeah.
He's basically just like Dirty D. That's amazing. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, or like if Adam Ant were a
And
pimp.
he's got,
like
and to his side, he's got Kevin Nash, a guy who's not Kevin
Yeah,
Nash,
fake
wearing
Kevin
an
Nash.
Affliction shirt
Yep.
and the worst bandana I've ever seen.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's some other dude.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
matter.
he's just
Random
listing off
redneck guy.
stuff that he misses about that isn't around anymore.
Yeah. In an accent that is
Oh,
It's-
indescribable.
But the guy next to him goes,
it's amazing.
What one day you're gonna tell me where you're from? And he leans in, he's like, "Doesn't matter where I'm from, mate," or something. He says,
Yeah, he does
It's awful.
say,
The
yeah.
accent is so fucking bad. and they keep
He showed up
alluding.
for this for like 2 days.
He didn't give a shit.
Maybe. He may have shot in like 18.
We need someone famous.
Yeah, quick.
Call Kevin again.
Yeah. Kevin still owes me.
He did it before. He'll do it again.
My money's green.
I bet you he is not a Christian. I bet you he's just doing this for the money.
Probably.
he has to be. Like I said, he played another god. You can't have that.
Yeah,
He was-
technically, yeah.
He played another
Hercules
god,
is
and,
not okay.
and he was like, "Wait, you want me to tell you God's not real in a movie?
sure,
Yeah, I'll do
whatever.
that, pay me."
Dude, I'm playing
All right.
Nintendo most of the time.
So he buys Rev Dave's car
Yeah.
and leaves with it, and then when Bobby comes back into the house, she doesn't see him at all for some reason, even though
Dude,
he's
he
5
creeps
feet
up
from her.
on her
Like
Takes forever.
12 feet he walks behind her and she doesn't
up
even.
to like a foot,
He
and
puts
she's
on goggles and an apron, and she does not notice it when he's 6 feet from him.
yeah.
And,
and then, we
that's
missed it.
oh yeah.
We missed the
Then-
favorite part.
Well, no, we didn't. That
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
in that shot is
All
when
right.
I was like, "What does that drum say?
Yeah.
What is that giant drum
I
right
forgot.
there?"
Yeah, during the whole Bobby.
It's when
and
she's walking
Dave's-
around the thing.
There's
yeah.
this shot, of him trying to struggle out of the chains.
And just over his shoulder.
It's a
There's a
drum that
giant
says
steel drum. It's like a
and-
60-gallon steel drum.
Yeah.
it says Enidal lube.
And
Enidal,
it'll
with the first letter definitely blocked by the other canister.
Now-
genital
So it's
lube.
genital lube.
Could it be
Right?
anything else like
No.
something enchil,
No.
See,
differential
I think-
lube? I don't.
But that's not spelled the same as genital.
I
Listen.
think what might have been a company name, because I don't know if there were 2 L's on that.
It
Or
is
if we
one.
were- it was 1 L. So
It
it
was
was
one.
it was Ennial Lube.
Why would you name it that? Though?
I don't know. It, looks
said-
like it says genital
It
lube
It looks
in the
like a
background.
giant drum of genital.
And then he
Because it
uses
was.
And then they used the lube,
Yes.
and it was lube too.
Oh,
It was lube because
Yeah.
he slid on it.
sliding
Yeah, it
around.
was like KY, loose KY.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Bobby's like
Well,
about
it's
to
genital lube, so I mean-
start like sawing off this girl's face with a table saw.
Yeah.
That and he knocks the table he's strapped to out of the
Over,
floor,
kicks
falls
over some genital lube.
He knocks all the genital lube everywhere, and fucking first he kicked over one
man.
bucket to get the
power strip
strip wet, so the saw turned off. Then he knocked over another one because we were like, "How much lube is he gonna use?"
Is this whole thing filled with genital lube? This is drums.
He kicks over another one,
5-gallon drums of genital.
and Bobby like slips and smacks his head on the
I
counter.
love that it's genitals too. It's not like specific
No,
in
it's
any
just-
way.
it's
It's
just genital
all lube,
Yeah.
all purpose.
And it was in the Repo Man font on the side of the fucking.
Yeah, genital lube.
Yeah, it was awesome.
with a little teardrop. Shame. That should be the image for the episode. Is that the genital lube?
What
God.
the fuck?
Well,
Well, because, but then that reads back to what we thought would happen if it were the fucking rapture and we're all left here without God. Everybody's
they would
fucking
need genital
everybody. You would
lube
need
factories
drums
like
of the
crazy.
shit.
They'd be so dry.
People would just dip themselves in genital lube and then just throw themselves on a pile of fucking. You know what I mean? Like it would be crazy.
while eating human
Well,
flesh.
other people who were like waiting the refractory period to get back in there were just throwing sugar at the pile, just covering everybody in sugar. Like
Just honey and genital lube is all it is.
licking bodies and semen everywhere. But that's not what was going on.
No. The like high schoolers in Arkansas can't watch that
No, man.
after Bible
Oh.
study.
So, Bob, what's your next project?
Yeah, that.
You just gotta film it all in like
Revelation Road
black and
4.
white. It's all black
got
and
his-
white
you got his sound
subtitled.
effects.
Oh man.
Black
got
and
us-
white subtitles.
Yeah.
Only people don't talk, but there's subtitles. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, you got the sound
Body,
effects down.
mound
so, I mean,
of sex and sugar.
I'm sure everyone will volunteer to do that.
Yeah, dude.
a Bob Rose film.
Get all this.
I think you're at the point now where you could be like, hey, everybody, I just need 48 people to get naked and get covered in honey and sugar.
How is
for,
that? How is that
like
not
10
happened
minutes
yet?
tops?
How has that not happened yet at the wind up?
I mean, if you don't do it, you're not very progressive.
Yeah,
so
I'm
it's,
saying
It's 2016, everybody. Come on.
it's fine if you're stunted. And
Yeah.
We'll just do it in bro style, like in 3 weeks.
I
It'll
was
be
gonna say.
fine. It'll be fine. Do it at 4 a.m. at Bro Stock. It'll be done.
Just dumping lube and sugar or whatever.
Yeah. Start knocking them into a pile. Everything will see its way.
Just pushing people.
Throwing people into a mound of honey, lube,
Just hip checking people into a fucking pile in the middle of the backyard.
bag of granulated sugar just thrown at them explodes.
It's like the size of a dog food bag.
Yeah, man. It'd be great.
What's happening? Revelation Road 4.
The rapture!
The fucking
Yeah. Oh
You
god.
can see the light in the sky. This is what we have to do now. All right. So earlier, we forgot, while the girl was like looking at what they were doing to him before she snuck in, one of the brothers left to go deliver a bunch of meat to the town. So he comes back.
Yeah.
He comes back, and they're walking away now. Like, and he's trying to teach her what God is.
Yeah, she all of a sudden,
And who
in like,
Jesus
in
is.
like 4 minutes, gets really stoked on Jesus and decides to
She's like, I need to know everything. So
That's
they're
right.
walking
She's
on the
all
road.
she's all hopped up before this one, Christ.
The brother gets back, finds the mom, just starts screaming. She's like, "Where is everybody? Mommy has missed me
Dude.
like that."
I'm picturing in my head somebody who's like twice the size of the mom in Gilbert Grape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's just in the house, just
huge.
like, or like the vampire from Blade that's in the basement.
Yes, yeah.
That's probably what she looks like.
Or just
It's
They
like
just
the
keep
end of
feeding her. They keep
Slither.
feeding her meat, you know,
Here,
constantly.
Mom, it's fine.
Here's a drifter, you know, this is-
I have a slot bucket, like a
with
ladle.
a big tub of syrup. They just dip the meat in the syrup. And
It's like the end of Slither. Her ass is outside of the house, so she
Yeah.
can just shit into the yard, and her body is like
Yeah.
a living room.
yeah.
You just feed her. So he comes back. He finds them all like tied up, like the other three siblings tied up. So then they go out to hunt Rev Dave and Sophia down, and that's when they find him. They start shooting at him. Rev Dave's like, "Look, I'm going to draw their fire and do what I can. You go hide in that house."
God,
He
until
does.
I
He
come
basically
save you."
becomes Rambo for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So while he's outside Ramboing them, but he's not killing them because he doesn't kill people. He doesn't use guns.
Right.
Except he does kill someone anyway. But anyway, while he's doing that, the girl, there's a mini horror movie of
Dude.
this girl in an abandoned house for no reason that makes no sense. It's a ghost movie that happens for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it goes.
And it's not her mom.
No,
it's
it's not her mom. It's not.
She would recognize.
you know what? Yeah, I didn't pick up on that. This is a random
Person.
Yeah,
It didn't
So
have
she-
anything
It's
to do with
happening
anything.
during an action scene. Number one, it's
Right.
being intercut.
this is the intercut with the action.
with
scene.
an action scene,
It's her
which is we
walking
don't even need to
through-
talk about the action scene.
Yeah,
just the
it does.
outcome.
Yeah,
of it.
he gets the better of them, and he kills
Walking
when he
into
stabs
this
the last
decrepit
one with a
house.
knife in the stomach.
She walks in and she keeps calling out to someone as if she knows.
She's like, "Is
someone-
anyone here? Hello?"
Yeah,
and then
it's
she
all-
there's God damn it.
There's food.
There's the shot of the food and the ashes in the
Because
chair,
I guess
and you're like,
that's
"What
people
does
that
that
were
mean?"
wrapped. I guess
That were
when you were
raptured.
raptured, you just got burnt up by heavenly light.
I guess so.
Nobody
something.
turned to ash. Well, that was Jerusalem Rising.
This
It's
is
a
different
universe,
franchise,
I guess.
man.
A
Yeah,
different
I mean, you got
franchise,
different
same
vampire
universe,
rules,
'cause
dude.
same Jesus.
Yeah,
now.
you know.
Okay.
So you turn to a pile of ash because you get all
When
burnt
you
up by Christ.
disappear, I guess. All right.
And then she looks over and there's an old woman sitting in a rocking chair looking out the window.
And she's like, "Hey, ma'am, you got to come with me. You got to go downstairs." And she gives unwarranted exposition of who she is, and and ends up with her being like, "I'm Aunt B. That's why they call me Aunt B." And she's like, "Well, you got to go. We got to go hide. There's people fighting outside." And she's like, "They'll be."
Oh,
They
those
be fighting. Young people be
young
fighting
people
all the
always
time.
fight.
Yeah.
It's fine. And she's like, "No, this is terrible." Then she makes a comment that it's winter outside. And the
Twice
girl's
she does
like,
that.
she's like, look, let's just go in the basement. Like pulls at her, and she's like, "Okay, fine." She
I
starts,
feel like this has to be something. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It has to be something from the first two.
I don't know, man.
If
I
it's
mean-
not in the first two movies, it's completely stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
It-
The old
I
lady's
mean-
like,
I mean, yeah, but
rambling.
maybe it's from the first two.
Maybe it is.
I guess.
So
Is
so-
she like is she like a echo of a raptured person or something? Because she says, "I never had kids." I guess the
And who the
Lord.
fuck was at the
and I never got.
table?
Yeah, why were there three?
There were three
meals. But anyway, all right.
Like her,
She said, "I never
her
had my own
sister's
kids."
family. I don't know.
And I never got married because the was God was the only man I needed in my life.
Yeah.
And then the girl like opens the door to the basement. When she closes
Blocking
it,
her.
the woman's gone.
Right.
And then she's back.
She's back in the
back in
wheelchair, and then
not
she
knowing
says
who she is.
And then the conversation starts exactly over
the same
again.
way. She's like, "Oh hi," says the same shit at the beginning, and then
goes into a rant about Jesus and Scripture.
she's like, "Don't you hear?" That was the best part of this because she goes, "Don't you hear him calling?"
Oh,
and the
God,
girl
right.
Sophia goes, "No, I didn't. Who?" Like,
I'm sorry.
the way
What is happening? Yeah.
like the fact that she did not realize she was talking about Jesus or God is insane, and the way
Completely.
she gives it is response is awesome. Huh, wait, who's calling? Like, it's awesome.
Dave's out there. I don't know.
It's so confusing because it's intercut with an action
But
scene.
then she disappears,
and she disappears, and
it's over, and the scene's
it.
over.
she's a little freaked out, but she doesn't really
doesn't
do
mean
anything.
So then-
I just don't know what the purpose of the scene was.
Sophia's character encounters a ghost, which means nothing. Talks about her mom incessantly, which
Means
means
nothing.
it
She's
doesn't
not a
go
character,
anywhere.
yeah.
It turns into nothing. Yeah.
Sophia as a character, I mean, she's like fucking useless.
And then she just disappears with
her turn as a
Yeah,
Christian
oh my
doesn't
God,
really.
yeah, you're right, but she
her
does.
turn as a Christian doesn't even really matter.
she like instantly is like, yeah, just tell me about it.
It's just like she is a useless fucking character in this
very
movie.
useless.
Pretty much.
But
And also,
They spend the night at that house. He beats the guys outside. The redneck runs in.
She shoots the
him.
redneck.
she
which
kills
freaks
the
her
redneck,
out.
and she's like,
It's
"How
her
can I
first
go to
kill.
heaven after I killed somebody?"
Right.
And he
It's like-
explains
he
it
does, that's
somewhere.
when he has the whole like, you got to fight or die speech that has the thing we were talking about earlier with the like,
Okay, right.
God was suppressing these things inside of us, and now they're just coming to the surface and taking over people. That was that speech.
Okay.
Then the next day,
They spend the night at the old lady ghost house.
yes,
Right. Which I would have been out of that place in fucking 4 minutes.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
she never goes, "Oh yeah, I also saw like a ghost."
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way,
Earlier.
Like there it is.
you're good. Go
We're
ahead.
gonna speed through the
Okay.
rest of this.
Dude, we're fine.
We're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're fine. Just we got
During all this,
we got a half hour. You're fine.
During all
right,
this-
Oh, is this? Yeah.
it has been
Yeah, we're good.
revealed.
I just got a text from Kathleen, so we're fine.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you, Kathleen.
So
Shout out.
during all this, there were scenes where we were told that they put a tracking device in his car, and they could tell where he was going to make sure he was finding the shepherd. And they send mashed potatoes to the farm.
Which the tracking device is powered by satellite.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a cell phone.
Oh yeah, exactly. The only cell phone you see in this entire fucking
true.
movie.
But that means the satellites in space are still operational
Operating,
and being used.
And the
Yeah.
internet works because he's able to talk to a computer somewhere that can talk to a satellite.
right.
Right. So yeah.
But
It's fine.
we got to fight over food and gas. Anyway,
Amazon is still a thing.
yeah,
But
Amazon's delivering drones.
I'm gonna follow
Everyone
the
acts like they're living the dark ages and they have no clue what's happening.
Yeah.
everything's
It's really.
the
internet's still-
infrastructures of
it's
a lot
very
of
heavy.
things are fine.
Yeah.
It's very heavy-handed on the without God you're lost. I mean
Yeah.
that's the main.
Yeah, the only
That's-
way that
that's
would
the
work is
allegory.
if God made us all like insane.
Because it can't
And
be
that's
like,
the,
well, I mean,
that's the
well,
allegory. You know what I mean?
yeah. If yeah, they can't be like, well, yeah, people will still be able to go to work and have jobs and like support their families and things.
Yeah, yeah.
People are like, well, oh, okay.
all right,
It doesn't
yeah.
literally mean as much. But what the fuck am I talking about? Oh, so they know how to track them. They're like, they go to the farm. He's like, there was nobody there but the mother, and she didn't know where they were. And then he's like, well, now it's at the
Canadian farm?
at the swap meet
Yeah, it's a swap meet.
with Honcho Kevin Sorbo.
No, that's not Canada. Is that Canada? That's not the Canada place.
No.
The Canada place
fuck
is
is
the nice
Canada?
place.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Canada's
no.
like-
this is a Canadian tuxedo place.
Yes, Canadian tuxedo.
Oh.
Hey, look,
This
all
is-
right, look.
This is North Point.
God
Flea
damn
Market.
it.
All right, fine.
Mashed potatoes
Ma-
arrives at the swap meet place that's basically Bartertown.
the
that
shittiest,
Kevin Sorbo, Hercules
the
runs.
Walmart of Bartertown.
Dude, yeah,
Oh,
it looks.
God.
It's the North Point Flea Market.
It's the North. It's such the North Point.
it's
I've seen
gross.
grosser humans at the North Point.
You were saying that you were like, people are dressed better here than
Yeah.
at the North Point Flea Market. It's
A lot of
true.
guys in real tree camo, and everyone had bandanas on. Everyone had bandanas and
they
scarves.
put out a
Yes.
call on Craigslist for hunters.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like a bunch of
It
hunters
did.
from Texas.
Yep.
Or just or they were like, just be extras.
So they're there. Mashed Potatoes is like, I want to talk to the owner. Is the owner of the car here? And he's
How we
like,
doing,
you're
Bob?
talking.
You right there?
Oh, yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
He's
sure?
like, you're talking to him, and he's like, I want to know where the original owner of this car was and if he's still alive. And he's like, well, I can't tell you that. And he bribes 2 barrels of gasoline out of the mayor.
2
over
barrels, mind you, of gasoline.
a walkie-talkie. Over a walkie-talkie. That means
Batteries.
how close are
That
they?
means batteries, and they're within 20 miles.
Yeah.
You know,
20, dude. Walkie-talkies are like 5 at most.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think those military grade
Trust me,
ones, it was
The military grade ones go pretty far.
because they're driving around in like
But even
Hummers
like,
and
but
stuff.
even like the ones you get for camping will go. I mean, I literally just saw a set the other day at REI.
Oh,
But
they said 20?
It goes 20, yeah.
Okay.
Jesus
But-
Christ.
I
Okay.
know.
That's still not that far.
When we were kids,
but,
it was like the
okay.
front yard to the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, he tells me they're at the farm, and he's like, "Fuck, we already at the farm. There's no one at the farm."
Right.
Then he goes, "Look, you know what? He's gonna come back for his car. Just hang there." He's like, "You got a man?" He goes, "Is our man still implanted there?" And he looks over, and there's a guy who looks like Darkman. He's got all these bandages around his eyes and his
Dude,
face.
what was with this character?
I don't know, man. He looks over and just like nods.
Because again, like, these guys know exactly what's going on at Bartertown. Like, they don't need an inside guy. Like,
Yeah, they just showed up
they
and were like,
just
"Hey,
showed
where
up
is
like,
everything?"
Right.
Hey, you guys are all buying shit. Cool, we're gonna pull away. Like, there was no secrecy to it.
At
It's an
all, no.
open air shit market that they know exists. There's no need for an inside man.
Actually, you know what? He doesn't even tell him to stay there. He just tells they tell Darkman to stab. They tell Darkman to
He looks
kill.
like-
he
yeah,
does.
it
Mashed
does.
Potatoes tells Darkness.
Yeah. To stab Sophia when Rev Dave shows
That's
up.
how boring Sophia is. We didn't have a nickname for her.
No.
Yeah, we actually,
I
yeah.
don't know what to say about her. Eyebrows. She looks like, what's her name? It
Oh,
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She looks like a human woman.
Yeah. Her character's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
She's just
I
there
didn't
to
really
like
think about
smile
how
and be
she
like,
does not factor into anything. By the
She's
end of
just
it.
there.
She's just there.
She's there to learn about Christ.
yeah.
right.
She's us.
She's the she's the lost.
But I
she's the
don't
lost
like
lamb,
her.
Bob,
Yeah.
who to bring back to the flock of Christ.
Who needs a man to explain
Well,
her
of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
what Christ is. Yeah.
You know.
God. What,
Exactly.
Okay, so then
good writing.
they stay at the house. They continue to walk to the barter town or to the swap meet.
The swap
That's what it's
meet.
called. It's called the swap
It
meet.
actually is. Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You're
So they
right.
walk to the swap meet.
And
They
it
get
looks
there.
it looks like the floor of the stock exchange in Ferris Bueller, but just with like garbage.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
a walk
yeah.
Throw it.
refinery plant or something like
yeah.
out on a desert
It's
road.
like 4
It-
silos with
a couple
of
bridges,
that.
some cars
corn
sitting around.
silos.
It's a factory of some sort because there's those catwalks and shit.
Okay, fine.
Anyway,
All right. All right.
Now we're just wasting time.
yeah. All right. So they walk there. They
I
get
gave
there.
you more. Now you're just wasting it.
Kevin
Yeah.
Sorbo, like, beats the shit out of a bunch of people over his car.
Oh,
Because he's
yeah.
trying to take his car back. Then Kevin Sorbo shows up and he's like, "That's my car, and if you want it," the giant guy like stops him fighting, and he's like, "That's my car, and if you want it, you gotta pay for it." And he's like, "Well, I don't have any money."
He
he's
goes,
like,
"Oh,
"Well,
I
I
got
can
you
think
covered
of
there."
something."
Yeah.
He's like, "You fight in this thing, and
In this thing,
in
like,
this thing,
yeah,
like
I'm
it's
gonna
some
do."
preordained thing, but it's really just fighting in the yard.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
fighting in a circle.
People-
No, there
it's
is no
Thunderdome without the dome.
There is no
It's-
Thunderdome. Yeah, it's just a
They
pit
couldn't
fight.
build-
It's a pit fight.
They couldn't build a pit though.
No.
Yeah, I know.
If they built like a
Something,
structure or
yeah.
something, it would feel different. But
Even
But he's got to
even the
headbutt that
parking
pole
garage
at the
would be fun.
end, Bob.
Mm.
So he's like, "You gotta fight in my tournament, and then you can have your car back." So then there's this long ass, horribly paced
Thing.
montage of him beating the shit out of 5 people and people betting on him.
Betting against him.
while Kevin Sorbo
Yeah,
sits in a
Continually betting
Continually-
against
He
him.
beats
Kevin
up
Sorbo
4.
is sitting in a lazy boy above everyone else.
Yeah.
Yes, that's his throne as a lazy
His
boy.
throne. Yeah.
Yeah, with a girl with a bastard or something next to him.
Yeah,
He's
nuts
just
or
like,
something.
Cheetos, probably.
Yeah.
Who
Oh
knows?
God, I hope so.
Mac and Cheetos. They still have them.
That
What?
just came out this
Yeah,
last
but
week.
this is the future.
Oh, they're still there. You're
Oh,
right.
well,
Yeah.
'cause, they don't biodegrade. They
No,
don't go. They don't go away.
bad.
They're still good.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Leave him in the sun.
Oh, he
for
beats
now.
up all 4 out of the 5 guys, and then he goes, and then Kevin Sorbo changes the rules, and he's like, "You
the
gotta
old
fight,
switcheroo on
you
the
gotta
fighting.
fight the beast." And
Who
the
I
beast
thought
is
was
the
gonna
giant
be-
dude,
Somebody we hadn't seen.
Right.
but it wasn't. It was
just the guy
giant
we had
from earlier.
already
It was,
seen.
it was not Kevin Nash. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
What did you say? If this better be like a fat guy with a midget on his back or
yeah, I was
something?
like, yeah, better be, yeah. I used the fact I mentioned this back then.
Yeah, I was expecting.
I use less respectful terms, but I get it.
I may have used a disparaging term for the mentally challenged, but
Yes. But we didn't need to mention it, but now you did. So
I
it's
did.
So it's already done.
I'm sorry about it.
That's fine.
At least I didn't say midget. Sorry,
It was
Sarah.
the guy that we already saw. We saw
So
Kevin.
then-
We already seen him like fight this guy almost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
like
that's another
twice.
fight, and all the while during all this fighting, Darkman is getting closer and closer to stabbing.
There was that moment
where I thought he was going to just do it.
No,
I
that
was
moment
where
where-
just reach over and stab
where
her like
Rev
10
Dave-
minutes ago.
Remember when Rev Dave locks eyes with him and then sees like a close up of the knife?
It's so close, like he doesn't do anything about it immediately.
Yeah,
though.
No, he definitely goes.
He
through half that
continues to
fight.
beat up that guy, and then at the end of it, he smashes the dude in the head with this thing. Everybody starts cheering, which makes no sense because they lost all their fucking money
yeah.
because they bet on the beast.
4 separate times.
Yeah, and then
But they're entertained, and that's what's
they're
important.
entertained. But
Apparently.
then he throws the stick at Darkman and hits him in the face. But like, why hadn't Darkman stabbed her by then?
Why? What was Darkman doing?
Darkman
He was just like
Darkman could have
soldier-
stabbed her, filleted her, and made her into hamburgers by the time that fucking
Yeah.
fight was over.
Yeah.
It made no sense. He should have cut her apart a million times over.
When I saw that, I was like, when I saw that scene, I thought that like Darkman was gonna stab the guy he was fighting. I was like, wait, what does that mean now? He just turned. It's like, is he gonna use his knife? Is he gonna get Darkman?
Is he gonna save her by
Is he gonna like use
disarming him
Jesus'
and then
power
stab him?
through his
Oh,
eyes
yeah,
to make
yeah.
him fight for him? Like, oh yeah, you know.
You know, Jesus laser eyes.
yeah.
That's how it works.
So he beats the shit out of her. He grabs her. They start running to the car. Kevin Sorbo's like, "What do you think you're doing?" He's like, "I'm out of here, dude." Oh, we skipped the thing where Kevin Sorbo comes to like talk to him privately.
Oh fuck! Right.
And before the fight,
Oh god,
and he has no
I wish
accent.
the scene
He has
wasn't
no
in
accent.
it. I wish the scene
Yeah,
wasn't
I
in
know.
it.
yeah,
He
I
has
don't
no
like
accent.
the fact that the accent
that was all put on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
he wasn't using the
I
accent.
would
And he's
fucking
like,
hope that accent was a put on.
it was so bad.
I feel like
it was
this-
Scottish. At
I
points,
feel
man.
like they realized that it was so
That he
bad they
couldn't
had
do
to
it.
explain
Yeah, they had to work.
why
they might have
let
added
They had
that.
to work around.
They shot a bunch of him doing
Yeah.
it, and they were like,
"This is all over
It
the
was like
place."
it was
really
like Scotch,
terrible.
Australian, German,
British, yeah.
weird. It was a really bad
Yeah.
accent.
It was awful. It was
And he says-
anything but American.
and he says he was doing it just to basically for the masses, right?
He's like saying it just makes me mysterious, and that makes me dangerous. Because
And
people
that's probably why he's dressed like a fucking
yeah.
pimp
Like a
Viking or something.
like a Dutch pimp.
yeah, he looks insane.
So they get in the car. He's like, "You can't leave without the keys, jackass." But he's got like a set up hot wire situation
Yeah.
in his
Hot wires the
car,
car, right.
and he hot wires it in like half a second.
Oh, and Kevin
And then-
Sorbo's weapon of choice, by the way, is a
Oh, yeah.
flintlock fucking pistol from a pirate ship.
Yeah,
But it does what it needs to, because apparently as they're driving away, he fires twice, and we were like, that gun did nothing.
Did nothing to the
because
car.
it is nothing.
he fired it into the window.
He was
Yeah.
right next to the car, and nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
But
What a
apparently
great
he's
image, though. Kevin Sorbo dressed like that, holding a flintlock
Yeah,
pistol.
it's amazing.
shooting a Mad Max car.
I want a poster of just him in that car. Like, "Ugh."
Of just Honcho like the
Yeah, Honcho from Redemption Revelation 3, Black Riders,
Black Riders,
of Roads.
Road Racers 3.
Well, apparently he shoots the gas tank, and the
Oh,
car
yeah,
is
yeah.
leaking fuel because they run out of gas really
He
quick.
shoots the gas tank through the driver's
Through the driver's side window.
Yeah, who the fuck knows, dude?
You know, it's fine.
So they don't get the car breaks down,
From a
and that's
single
when they're-
shot pistol, by the way.
Yeah,
Took 2 shots.
we need to finish this movie.
We need to.
The car
Dude,
breaks
we're
down.
not even
What?
remotely close.
I know this is the point in the movie where we were like, "There's still 40 minutes to this movie."
At this point, the movie feels like it should end soon.
Oh,
It
it
should
should have
have
ended 20 minutes earlier.
Fucking.
It's in like an hour.
All right, here we go.
Okay, all right,
The
all
car
right.
breaks down. Fucking Rev Dave's like, "I'm gonna fight him. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna kill people." And he pulls this fucking beast ass gun,
Yeah,
like an
decked out.
anti-tank rifle out of his trunk, and sets up to just start mowing these people down.
because they're on the road and they see that
They see like
Kevin
5
Sorbo
Sorbo
cars.
jeeps are
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
toward
Yeah.
them.
So he's getting ready to shoot her. She goes, "You've taught me so much about peace," and then you were like, "All he's done is beat people up."
Yeah, the entire
Literally,
movie, yeah.
it's been what? It's been like I don't know, 30 hours since they met, and he's done nothing to kick the shit out
Like
of everyone.
60% of the time, he is hurting human beings.
She's
Yeah.
like,
She
"You
just
taught me so much about
watched
peace."
him beat a bunch of dudes up.
Yeah.
In a
For sport,
tournament?
around people clapping. It's crazy.
Yeah, and she was
So
cheering him
much
on. She was stoked. He was winning.
Yeah.
She taught me so much about peace. And he's like, fine, we'll deal with it. And they drive by him. They just whiz by him.
And they're like, what?
And this is why I said the score did a lot of the heavy lifting, because if that music wasn't all like mysterious and mystical, like you would have been like, what the fuck is happening right now? Because then this guy shows up, then the magical black man shows up, the rogue magical black man.
It could have been Morgan Freeman in a shitty Hollywood movie.
Yep. Shows up and they're
postman.
It's Bagger Vance here to save the day. I mean, it's so.
It is.
hackish.
It's
It is
crazy.
such a hack fucking movie.
But
he's
he's so weird in a great film that we just watched.
I know.
Go with that shit.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe they went that low.
Yeah.
So he made them invisible, I guess, and then he's like, "Come with me."
Yeah. What did he do?
He made them invisible.
That was.
He had
She was
the
like-
power to do that.
She was like, "It's like they didn't even see us."
but he doesn't use that power later when it would have really come in handy.
I know.
Yeah, but
He has a
It's weird.
cloaking power.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
cloaking. He says he can't control it. We'll get to it. So then they
It's
follow.
so amorphous.
They follow the guy. They follow the guy back to a building, and they walk in, and they see all these like clean, neatly clothed, like J. Crew
Oh my
clothed
god,
people,
it's amazing.
like laughing.
Oh no, it's
and
a
eating
white
food.
utopia. It's
Yeah,
like
I mean, this is
having Bible study, eating grapes and
just
shit.
produce
They
everywhere.
bring her grapes, and the girl
barely
Sophia
any
goes,
minorities. That's so happy.
Yeah,
right?
Sophia goes, I
It's
thought
like,
these-
yeah, it's Christian paradise.
Hey.
She thought that grapes
Fuck.
died out
Yeah.
in 2 years.
Yeah.
Grapes.
Yeah. I thought
Things
these
that
died out.
exist and grow without humans' help.
I'm pretty sure grapes are like hard to fucking kill too, aren't they?
I don't know. They're not super easy to do.
They're not that hardy, but I mean, nonetheless, there'd be a fucking potato. I can
because
tell
that's
you
why.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
potatoes
like-
would
I
not
mean,
go
like-
away.
That's why vineyards
apples
are
would be,
hard
yeah.
because you need a place that can support that type of plant year round,
right.
kind of thing. Because you can't just grow them anywhere because
Yeah.
they'll die most of the time. All right. But anyway, there'd still be fucking grapes. I don't care how hard it is. They're a plant that existed before humans. It would still be there. All right, there would be fucking grapes.
No,
God damn it.
God removed everything in us, man, and then we just slashed and burned it all. What? They're going on!
Burn it.
And it started pouring gasoline.
What about the power plants? What do we do? Nuke them. Pull them up. Get rid of them. Fucking, they're like, what is going on? He's like, this is how God wanted us to live and how we did live and how we'll live again. And he explains that he is the shepherd and that he basically, he's like, I can pray for stuff and good things happen. I pray for the sick to get healed.
Oh, because-
I pray for
because
the evil to stay away.
Somebody
and they
comes
do.
in and was
Somebody
like, here's
comes
this plant
with a
that's
dead
dead.
plant that he like gives a hug to.
She's
and
like,
puts
And when he
down.
puts it down, he like
He touches
fondles it with his
He's like,
fingers
yeah.
a little bit. Ooh.
And then he gives him the whole speech about what his powers are and what he does and what he is. And he's like, I need your help to get to Jerusalem.
Yeah,
So
this
I
thing,
can
oh,
witness
this kid.
something.
There's another movie coming.
Yeah,
Oh,
there has
yeah,
to
there
be.
There has to be a
He goes,
four.
there's another one like me somewhere else, and we must go to Jerusalem and witness
He's the
this
key
thing.
master, and he's looking for the gatekeeper,
Yeah,
man.
gatekeeper.
It's crazy. And during that conversation, when it's over, Derek
Well, it'd be
Dave...
amazing if Rep Dave at the end, it'd be like the end of Ghostbusters. Like,
Yeah. Well, Rep Dave's
Who
like...
knows? Hey, that's gonna be a big movie this summer. That'll be the next.
they're
the next
they're
go,
following
yeah.
the trend, man.
He's like, you want me to get... He's like, you want me to take you to Egypt? And he's like, I just want you to take me to the coast. And then God will get me to Egypt. And he's like, okay, fine, whatever. And he starts storming out of the room. And then the girl goes, Josh, look at the plant. And the plant's like amazing.
Oh, it's- yeah.
And she's like, he's the word. He's amazing. She's totally sold at that point.
She's
and
gung
Rev
ho
Dave's
for
like,
it.
And she kept remarking how all the plants look great to begin with.
Yeah.
Remember, she was
Right.
like, everything in here is so, lush and thriving.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Then they agree to do it, but when they go outside, the guy, this mechanic had fixed his car.
I'd
And
fix
he's
the
like,
gas tank.
So he had fixed the gas tank, and then he goes, mind
The
if I take a
mechanic
look at the hood?
whose life is worth fucking
Nothing.
shit.
Fuck all. Oh yeah.
He's like, do you mind if I take a look under the hood? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And while he's doing that, I want to blow through everything, but I don't understand what happens right here. While he's looking in the car, Rev Dave like talks about. She's like, "Is there anything mentioned about like two witnesses in the Bible?" And he
As
goes,
a matter of fact,
"As a matter of fact, there is something about there's two witnesses that meet and before stand under two fig trees and two lamb stands." And they, I swear to God, that's what he said.
Lambs.
And then he goes, and he's like, and they witness the coming of the beasts or Satan. He said, and their words will be like fire. It sounded bad. It didn't sound good.
Yeah.
He was like, they'll summon Satan on earth. Were they supposed to battle him at that
I
point?
gotta assume I have read Revelations in my life. I sort of remember stuff like that, but I'm assuming that
it didn't sound good.
No, but I'm assuming that the prophet guy, the shepherd, needs to get there to witness it happening. It's not like he's causing the bad.
He's just going to see it happen.
It's like it's gonna happen.
Okay.
But
he needs to be there to see it.
It has to happen,
and
because
he needs to be there.
That
to see
has to happen before Christ comes back. So he's sort of like doing something that's inevitably bad. He's helping it. He's like, this needs to happen so that Satan can come back, so that Jesus can come back.
Okay.
Dude, it doesn't matter.
Okay, because I didn't understand that. I was like, it sounds like you're helping him do something bad right now.
Yeah, but it's bad to bring about the good. So
Everything needs to happen in God's order.
All right.
Right.
So
all right, because it'd be too easy to do it.
I can't believe how much of the movie is still left.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. All right,
Think about
guys.
how much is left.
Guys, don't look at it. Just run. So then they go
Like we're in a
outside.
fucking zombie movie.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
Just go.
You can't look back.
it's too much.
The guy finds this thing in his car and he goes, "What's this for?" And it's a phone attached to a
Not that
circuit
much left,
board.
is there?
Oh, there's a bit.
Fuck, all right.
And he goes, "Oh shit!" And he throws it on the ground and steps on it, but it's too late. And fucking mashed potato shows up.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, mashed
and
potatoes
he
up.
shoots Rev Dave in the chest. He's like, "Would you shut up, please?" And he shoots him twice in the chest.
Kills
He's
the
dead.
mechanic straight
I'm
up.
gonna straight up.
It kills the mechanic. Then
They leave.
Shepard is like, "Have faith in God's plan."
Oh yeah.
And they kidnap Sophia and the shepherd. And then Rev Dave dies and meets Jesus.
Who is
And
the guy
from
Paradise Encounter Paradise Lost?
yes,
The encounter
Paradise
Lost,
Same
which we
guy
did
played
on this
Jesus.
show.
Right.
He also played
With
Jesus in
Justin
Jerusalem.
Gecka.
He was Jerusalem Countdown Jesus too. He's the same guy. Played Jesus in all.
Who looks like an AC repairman?
He looks. He
mean,
does
like-
not look like Jesus.
He does. It's not great.
No.
It's like when you think of
He's
Jesus,
not
you
even
want
Middle
him like
Eastern. Like
it's-
I get because Jesus did look. No, but
Yes,
that's how Jesus
but-
looked.
Yes, and they're
Bob,
trying to do
I
it.
know that. But did you notice the white utopia that was
Yeah.
even that they walked
Yeah,
into?
right,
Yes.
right,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah, I
think
know.
Jesus will be brown in this movie.
No, they don't
I'm
want
just
that.
gonna-
They
just
don't want
gonna put
that.
it out
Absolutely
there.
not. Especially in Jerusalem Countdown, where it's brown people are the villains. of the
Oh,
movie.
jeez.
Weird that.
Yeah. So what the fuck? So he talks with Jesus, and Jesus is like, "Look, you can go to heaven right now. Just take my hand, and we'll go." And he's like, "But they need me here." And he's like, "Look, the prophecies are the prophecies, and they're going to happen one way or another. Like, you can help them or you can't. You know,
Right.
you can come with me right now. It's up to you to
See your
decide.
family, your daughter, your wife, your
You'll
parents.
see everyone.
all in heaven.
They're all waiting
All in
for you."
heaven.
And he's like, he's like, "It's
They
your
need me
choice."
here.
And then it stops, and you don't know what he chose.
Right.
And then it shows mashed potatoes like ripping sheets of the Bible out in front
that
of
was my favorite
in front
part,
of the
man.
in front of the
shepherd.
prophet.
The prophet is the shepherd just staring at him, just ripping pages out.
And then the shepherd
So
sort
maybe-
of like threatens that or not threatens. He's benevolent. So he's he's just trying to be like everything's gonna come out on top for me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing is not gonna
Jedi,
stop this.
Jedi Jesus tells him it's good. You know, the way it's gonna go.
Yeah, Mace Windu is
He
like,
really does.
He did.
He's wearing a bed sheet as a Jedi. It's terrible. He looks like
It's
crap.
pretty bad.
Oh, that was the best part when he's talking to them in the like utopia. He's just a black guy in a sweater, and then when they're like, "Bring the shepherd
hate to
out," he
say
goes,
it.
"I'm here." And he walks out and he's like, "Put his cape back on," and we were all like, "Why the fuck you put that back on? It looks so bad."
I hate to say too, his sweater was almost a Cosby
it
sweater.
was a Cosby-ish
yeah.
sweater. Yeah,
yeah.
This is 2014. They didn't know.
They didn't know.
They didn't know he was a beast.
Yeah.
They didn't know he was Satan.
Was the beast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some other stuff that happens there. Oh, the mayor explains that her mom didn't go to the shepherd.
never with the shepherd. Oh, it's because she wasn't there, and the shepherd never
Oh,
heard
yeah.
of her.
He was
And
like, I've
that's
never
really
heard
the
your
end of the
mother.
mom thing.
That's it.
Yeah, until now, and he explains more of it, but it's not really explained.
Right. He just says she.
He does it,
He's
dude.
like, I
Doesn't
sold her to
matter.
the ULC because she was a doctor
was a
and they wanted
scientist, yeah.
surgeons.
That's it.
The fucking
That's it.
ULC.
Whatever the
entire-
ULC is.
The fucking 13th time she's mentioned as a plot point, and it goes to nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, she's not here.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I lied to you.
She's with that thing that we didn't explain.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
It doesn't matter.
Then it cuts back to Rev Dave waking up. Not the mechanic though.
Yeah,
Mechanic is
him.
fucking dead as
Worthless,
shit.
dead.
He can't help anybody.
He didn't have a conversation with Jesus. He just went straight to the
straight to hell.
afterlife. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
Well, he didn't go to the rapture, so.
Yeah,
But he's great with cars.
There's a lot you don't know about him. let me
Yeah,
tell you.
yeah.
you know what's fucked up? I just realized when they first walk outside before the army shows up, everyone else in the shepherd's camp is like walking away, and they're like, "Why is everyone leaving?" And the mechanic's like, "Oh, he's like, this is what was supposed to be done." So like
That'll be fine.
the shepherd knew all this was going to happen,
Yeah.
but didn't tell the mechanic to go
But
because he had to find the thing.
but the
But he didn't need to find it because they show him 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
So them finding it.
That mechanic could have lived. They should have let him go.
Did you notice the mechanic was Asian though?
Not
See?
white.
See?
Not white.
Not a white guy.
Just saying, man. He was,
That's
Pureflix
fucked.
is pretty clear on how they feel about
Yeah.
the
yeah.
world.
They're pretty pure, all right.
Yeah,
Racially
pure
Racially-
white flicks.
Jesus Christ.
It's not about spiritual purity. It
They
turns
do
out.
have a solution. Let's, yeah.
Oh.
Come on, man. It's obviously, these movies are racist as hell.
Well, no
Yeah.
shit. You got magical fucking Mace Windu.
Yeah.
You know,
All right, so yeah, Asian
dead
guy's
Asian
dead,
guy.
and he gets back up, takes a truck, drives it into the
Into the
the
scene
ULC's
checkpoint.
coming on their plane to pick
Right.
up the shepherd. He smashes into the gate with a truck, takes out the dudes at the front, then sneaks his way in.
How's he sneaking it after that? I don't know.
Yeah, the whole.
It doesn't. He takes everyone out. Remember, he counts how many people there are
Oh,
because he becomes like an
and takes-
amazing super ninja.
and takes out two
Like,
guys.
he's like powered by
He's
Christ.
stealing
at this
people
point.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
broad daylight, right out from under other people's
In
who are like
silence.
6
literally
feet from them.
next
Yeah.
to other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
He starts doing that. He kills everybody. Or I don't know. I mean, he started shooting people, so I don't know if those people are dead. I think he just started murdering people at this point. Because, all right,
But
this
he's
is what I
doing
want
it
to
for
point
Christ,
out.
so it's fine.
Jesus was like, "Hey, you can come with me or not. It does not matter." And he was like, "I'm so tired of fighting," but he chose to stay and fight.
And fight more.
He chose to do the right thing, man.
Yeah. All right, we'll
They
get to it
needed
in a minute,
him.
but
They
God damn
needed
it,
him.
in heaven. So then
Exactly.
he
Right.
what
Yeah.
the hell happens?
I think
He
this
gets
movie
in-
changed all of us. To be honest with you.
Oh, they're about to load the shepherd into a car. He steps out with a rifle, shoots mashed potatoes in the arm.
Yes.
Then they have
Before
a
he
fight
shoots
scene.
him, then he shoots a couple other people with the gun. Then those two have a fight scene. How does he kill mashed potato?
He breaks his neck.
It breaks his neck.
Hey, he
with
breaks
a
his
figure
neck with
four.
like a fucking that wasn't a figure.
Or
It was like a judo
Arm
or
bar.
jujitsu like armbar
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Like an
with his
MMA
leg around his
hold
neck.
or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Breaks his neck. Then the mayor comes on at Humvee with a rocket launcher and just starts shooting rockets everywhere
It
and
looks
blowing
great.
stuff up, and it looks amazing.
It looks really well.
One of the explosions like covers Rev Dave in a bunch of shit. Sophia finds him,
in
like helps him up.
in a mild layer of rubble. I mean, like he really wasn't.
Yeah.
It was almost like an
He was
ancillary.
barely
It's like,
covered.
all right.
It's like a piece of wood and a brick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how much.
Yeah,
yeah.
Some dust on the
yeah,
jacket.
yeah,
Like, oh
yeah,
man,
yeah.
all right.
Can't
He
kill Rev
gets up-
Dave, man.
At this point, the shepherd and the mayor are driving to where the plane's gonna meet.
Okay.
The
She gets
ULC
ULC
plane.
ULC plane.
right.
So then they get in a car and chase them down. There's a shootout at the tarmac.
And then
Everybody goes down. Sophia kills the mayor.
yep.
Right.
Sophia
Okay,
kills the
yeah.
mayor. Then the people in the plane come out and they're like, "Who are you? What are you doing? You don't know what you're messing with."
Yeah.
And then
And you go, he's going nowhere.
Mace Windu does like a mind trick on them at some
Make
point,
it
and they're
fucks with their
He
brains.
fucks with their heads, and their heads are like, and they're like, "We're gonna
Right
tell
at-
the general about you.
But it's
He's
at
gonna
their
know about
tattoos,
you."
you notice.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
they touch their
Like they grab
tattoos.
their tattoos, like, oh,
They might
oh,
not be tattoos, or like maybe they're like microchips or something.
I don't know.
But regardless, they're like, "We're gonna tell the
It's
general
the
about
fucking
you."
mark. It's not a triangle swastika. It's God damn it, they're 3 6s.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's the fucking mark of the beast.
It's the mark of the beast.
Very good,
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Very
Dude,
nice.
that just hit me.
Very nice.
That's why it
Mother-
has the tails. Yeah.
Motherfuck.
Perfect.
Okay. They get back
now
on the
I want to see
plane.
the first two. This is killing me.
Now they get back on the plane. They leave.
You watch the first two, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
This is great.
I'll be calling you Bob. Bob, you won't fucking believe it.
They get on the plane. They leave.
Yeah,
The shepherd goes back to see the girl who's been dying for the whole movie.
who he doesn't save.
Who does? Yeah, he does not save her.
Because she has a conversation with
Well,
Jesus.
because she goes with Jesus. She
Oh my
wants,
god, this part though. It's like, okay,
Again.
he's like the holy roller. He's like this legendary person who goes around saving people and
yeah.
helping people. Jesus is like gives him the second chance if he wants it.
Yeah.
This is just some girl who got kidnapped and stabbed with a knife, dies, and she's like, but I want to stay, but I can go back. And he goes, you could, but do you really want that? And she's like, no, I want to go with you. And he's like, good, let's go. Let's walk away.
And that's it.
That means everyone gets that chance when they die to be like, maybe you can keep going if you felt like it, or you can leave now. It's up to you.
They might.
Sure.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
It is crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just believe in God. You can live forever until you decide not to. Like,
That's-
I feel like I want to keep going. Dude, you've been on Earth for like 120 years. You're basically just bones walking around
I'm
this
gonna
way.
assume you get one chance.
Yeah, it's pretty fun now. I scare people.
I'm gonna
I
assume
make
you
a
don't-
lot of money on Halloween.
You get one chance.
I don't know,
it's a
man.
one-shot deal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The next
The
time.
next time you're fucked, you die.
The
It's
next
like,
time
you
you're
come with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. He seems like a
All right,
pushover.
okay. So she
It's
now
in
also
Jesus.
now okay. Hang on a minute. Also, not only is the mother a crucial plot point supposedly through the entire film, so is this dying girl who just fucking dies anyway.
for real. Yeah, but she
Nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Everything
nothing,
that was driving the plot forward in the beginning is
just fucking flies
just
away.
blah,
Just goes, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Blows away in the wind.
The mom doesn't exist and the girl dies anyway. Bye.
Hey, he cries about it, and that's it. And then they take the shepherd to the coast.
To the coast.
The girl's like, I'm going to go with the shepherd. You should come with us. And he's like, you should stay with me. Which is fucked up because earlier he was like, I want to go to see my wife and my child. But now I'm trying.
But again, now he's there. Now he's got to do something.
Sophia's young.
He's got to fight.
She's super into Jesus. I probably marry her, smash it out on the road while I'm saving other people.
You got to
It just seemed creepy because it seemed like he wanted to kiss her. And it was like, this is weird.
100%. And they'd been together for 48
And
hours.
they can't do it.
It
And they
didn't
can't
make
do it
any
because of
sense.
the movie either.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, the one kiss in the entire film is her on his cheek at the end. When she goes,
But he walks back to his car and a guy is sitting on the hood.
Oh, man. And Michael Rourke is sitting
Mickey Rourke.
That's Brian Boswick.
Bosworth.
Bosworth.
Was it?
The guy's name is Hogg, and it was spelled Hawg, and that was a guy on a motorcycle, the only guy on a motorcycle in the whole movie.
That was Brian Bosworth?
That might have been Brian Bosworth at the
God.
end, like he's going to be in the next one.
Jesus Christ, if he stars in the fucking sequel.
you
Because I don't know, I just realized, just all clicked in my head, because that's the only motorcycle in the movie, and the guy's name's Hogg.
Wow.
Holy
Fuck
Christ.
me. But like, yeah, he gets back to his car and there's a guy leaning on it with a motorcycle and he's like, can I help you? And he goes, he's like, Josh McManus, it took a long time to find you. You're a hard man to find or something. He's like, what do you need? And he's like, I need your help. And then it ends like,
That's it. It
like
ends
there's going
like
to be
that.
another movie immediately. I think that might have been
Holy
Brian
shit, that
Bosworth.
was Brian Bosworth?
I think
Okay,
so.
listen. Yeah, Brian Bosworth plays Hogg in Revelation Road 2, by the way.
Oh,
So
no,
it's
he's
a-
hogging all three.
I know, but so it's a callback to those first two.
Oh,
So we would have
holy
known
shit.
that.
We would have
Okay.
known had
We
we
would,
seen it, but
okay.
that, holy fuck.
Gotta find
Dude,
Revolution
the second
Road.
movie is called The Sea of Glass and Fire.
Shut up.
I guess that's where all the trees went.
The
and everything
first one is
burned.
Revelation Road, the beginning of the ends. They all have subtitles.
Yeah. No, dude, yeah, that's him.
There he is.
God damn it.
Fuck, how did I not recognize that was Brian Bosworth?
Because he doesn't have bleach blonde spiked
He's
hair.
wearing a
and-
He doesn't
hat.
look like he does in Stone Cold.
Yeah, and wraparound shades.
Yeah.
Man, if there's a 4 and it's all Brian Bosworth, I'm so down for that.
Well, now I'm definitely watching the first one soon.
Well, would you recommend people watch this?
Fuck yes.
I think so.
It's long.
It's very
Oh yeah,
fucking
I mean,
long.
buckle up. 'Cause
There's
it's-
good stuff in it, though.
it's
It's
2
pretty
hours.
funny.
And listen, I mean,
Kevin
it's
Sorbo's performance is
Worth
it's
it.
worth
it,
it's worth it.
definitely.
I mean, and it's led me to Loyal Lord. So
Yeah, I mean, it changed Brian Gilbert.
you know,
Brian
I'm
Gilbert.
I
really,
mean, dude, this guy's doing work. Fucking God's Not Dead converted Justin Gecka. This
Yeah.
converted Brian.
I mean,
we're doing the Lord's work,
Yeah,
Bob.
Pure Flix and us.
I mean,
We're spreading the word of a company.
And
A
not for
distribution
nothing,
We're like the shepherd in the movie.
And
Like
Justin
we're the
Gecko and I are
we're
two
the
rather
vessel.
well-known.
Yeah,
Atheist.
right, yeah.
We're not fans of any of this.
We're the vessel.
Justin has watched 2 religious movies on this podcast.
Good.
And I'm sure Caged Heat to some is a religious film. If you're
Well, what's religion?
Cage Fury.
Cage Fury, sorry.
Cage Sheet's a different movie.
Yeah, Cage Heat's a better movie.
Sure.
Can't believe I just
I
said
don't
it
know
out
if
loud.
I'm wrong.
And it's not wrong.
I'm happy. I mean, I feel like even though Skyfather wasn't in the credits, he's with
He was
us
definitely
still.
there. I'll praise
Skyfather's with me right now.
Skyfather.
Yeah,
I can tell you that.
Skyfather. I mean,
I can feel his light emanating from my.
I like to think any movie we watch, Skyfather is part of it.
Any movie with too much light, I'm gonna assume he's there.
This is over bright.
Just overlit films.
It's
Is
the heavenly
Skyfather's
light.
just getting
Skyfather's
stoked.
there.
Yeah,
Man,
I'm really disappointed he wasn't in the credits though. How rude. Not
Sorry, so
to-
wait, how long is this taking?
hour and a half.
dude.
we're at 90
No.
minutes.
I mean, this an hour and a half. Yeah.
Yeah,
And like I said before, we just saved everyone 23 minutes.
yeah.
You're welcome.
But I'm telling you, watch it though. It could change your life and afterlife for the better.
Watch no, wait. I suggest you watch the entire trilogy in one day.
Oh yeah.
Bob,
And then
Hunker
start
down with-
building.
that could be
Hunker down with your
Building the
family. Start building, right.
the tower.
Start building. Yeah. Start getting rations together. Get your buckets.
Yes.
You know, because
You need buckets of lube. You gotta fill it with
he's coming like
Yeah.
he's coming like a thief in the night. So, and just but we know the good thing is that Pure Flix is made, so we have something to watch when that
God,
happens.
man, I'm gonna. And you know what? There's got to be a Revelation Road box set, right? There has
man.
to be.
Blu-ray too.
Can you imagine the extra features on DVD? Oh, come on, man, that's got to be amazing. Deleted scenes.
I want to hear Rev Dave talk about his role as trying to be Mad Max.
I want to hear Rev Dave do the fucking.
We didn't really
commentary.
make fun of him about how daddish this
Yeah,
guy
I
is.
know he looks ridiculous doing all of this.
He does.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy. He looks a marshmallow of a man. Dude, he should be playing a fucking acoustic guitar on a beach.
Oh yes.
Like he just
in,
doesn't
in
look
like
he.
white linen pants and a sweater.
Yeah. He is so ill-suited to be Mad Max. It is amazing.
100%. Yeah. It's obscene.
It's a great
almost, I
movie.
would say.
This is yep.
Can't wait to go back and learn why Hog is so great.
Dude, I can't even believe
yeah.
that I did not recognize that.
It was for
like a half
It was for
second
10 seconds. He had
shot.
sunglasses, a hat.
Well,
and a beard.
he's in
Yeah.
the next one called Do You Believe, and he plays Joe.
The next what?
The next
Revelation
Pure,
Road?
yeah, no, next
Oh,
Pure
fuck.
Flix.
It's not only
It's from the creator of God's Not Dead. It has Sean Astin in it.
Oh yeah.
What?
Sean
Shut
Mira
the fuck up.
Sorvino, Sean Astin, Ted McGinley,
No, fuck off.
and Sybil Shepherd.
Wow.
What?
And Brian Bosworth.
What is it called?
Do you believe? We're watching that shit.
No way. Give me that.
Why? I'm not lying.
That's amazing.
No, I mean, I
What a
believe you.
cast.
Ish.
Ted McGinley. That is
What
the
the
cast.
Fuck.
I don't understand anything anymore.
Ted
It
McGinley.
came out March 20th, so
It's out.
We just gotta
We gotta
find
find
it.
it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Pure Flix. It's the new PM Entertainment.
It is.
What
This is like
Sean-
Bible Man and PM Entertainment
Yeah,
smashed
put
together. It's
together, yeah.
perfect.
That's amazing.
Speaking of which, I forgot your damn Canon Films pen. Sorry, Bob. I'll bring it to you
It's
next
all right.
time.
Well, thanks for mentioning on the podcast.
You're welcome. I'm gonna see you in like 4 days, I'm sure.
That's
anyway,
fine,
so.
yeah.
We're saving people less and less time by
All right,
talking
bye.
longer.
Thank you for listening. Thank you, Brian, for coming back.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And you're welcome for us saving your soul.
God, I really
and
can't thank you enough.
thank you, Skyfather, for everything you've given us.
All praise Skyfather.
All praise to Skyfather.
Praise be to him.
You have just listened to Bonus Disc. Questions, comments, and movie suggestions can be posted to facebook.com/bonusdisc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts and guests of Bonus Disc are 100% valid because they sit high atop Judgment Mountain. So quit your whining.